Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Mic check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Good afternoon from the North Buffalo Rink in Buffalo, New York, where we are set to bring you live coverage of the UNYCHL Division II Championship right here on the Nickel City Hockey Network. Hello, I'm Aaron Elpern alongside Sean McHugh in the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. And the Division II crown is at stake, Sean. It is Niagara Community College facing off against Colgate. Bit of a familiar spot for the Thunderwolves, no matter if you're calling them NCCC, SUNY Niagara, or any variation thereof. They are a team that turns it on when it comes to playoff time.
Absolutely, they always have. I mean, they have been to the finals. They're here now. They were here last year, and they won it the year before that, and won it the year before that as well. So this team is here. 3 out of the last 4 straight trips. Coach Drew Harris just has these boys ready to go. They're a good team in the regular season for sure, but they find that second level in the playoffs. led from the crease by their outstanding stud in the net, Trevor Goodyear. A strong defense and a strong offense leads to a very balanced attack, and that is one of the biggest reasons why Niagara continues to get here.
Pair of consecutive Tier 2 titles in the UNYCHL for Niagara County. Last year they lost in the Tier 1 title game. Division and tiers may have changed names. Sign on the entrance to the school may have changed names, but the results on the ice stay the same when it comes to Niagara County. Colgate, more of an unknown commodity in a league often dominated by teams in the western half of the state. This Central New York team has emerged. Colgate is a squad that is loaded with talent, notably young talent. A large freshman class has led the Raiders to an 11-1 record. They faced their toughest opponent of the year yesterday and thoroughly dismantled Fredonia by a 10-4 score in the semifinals. And now they get an opportunity to play for the UNYCHL Division II Championship. Colgate and Niagara County Community College coming up. We're going to meet the starting lineups and then be ready for puck drop here from the North Buffalo Rink.
At this time, we ask you to rise for the playing of the national anthem.
Live from the North Buffalo Rink, it is the UNYCHL Division II Championship. Colgate against Niagara Community College. Ready to square off here at the North Buffalo Rink. Should be a fantastic matchup. Aaron Alpern alongside Sean McHugh, Jeff Jazarowski, our camera operator, ready to bring you live coverage here on the Nickel City Hockey Network. And Sean, we saw a very impressive performance from this relatively unknown Colgate team yesterday. A 10-4 win over Fredonia. Nick Amaya scoring 3 times, also adding 3 assists. Michael Mahoney, Andrew Partaginoni, as well as Ryan Mancino all scoring twice in a game that was basically over early. 5-0 in the first period. Colgate just ran away with it.
Colgate took the score and they took the psyche out of Fredonia. I expect them to try that exact same mentality here going forward as we're ready for puck drop. As this championship's underway, let's see an unknown versus a known commodity. Let's see who comes out on top and takes home a title game.
Colgate with control of the puck early. Fadel trying to set something up in the offensive zone. Finds a man coming in late. Shot taken there from close range. First save of the game having to be made by Trevor Goodyear. That one on the dangerous Nick Amaya. Bouncing puck in front of Goodyear. That one swatted out of the zone by Como. This one's going to go far enough for icing against Niagara Community College, so the faceoff will come back into the Thunderwolves zone. And we'll get a good look at the starting netminder for Niagara Community College. That, of course, is Trevor Goodyear. We talked about him right off the top. 8-3 on the season, a 2.63 goals against average, .910 save percentage for number 39, Trevor Goodyear. They leaned on him yesterday in the overtime win over Union, and they'll be sure to lean on him today against this dangerous offensive team from Colgate. Colgate moving it down low. This is Amaya in the corner. 3 men on him, but he gets it back to the point. Cooper Green's shot goes just wide. Loose puck picked up by Fuchsen at the far point. 2 men on him, though, and Niagara County clears the zone, but they can't maintain possession at center ice. Fadel brings it right back in. Miller banks it off the boards for the Thunderwolves. That one's going to go the length of the ice. No icing here on this play as that one was waved off. Minute into the action here from the North Buffalo Rink. Appreciate you joining us on the Nickel City Hockey Network. Opportunity for the Thunderwolves to move in transition there, but an excellent defensive play by Fuchsen getting the stick in that passing lane, keeping it from coming together late. Simon down low, gets it in front. Good opportunity for Miller. Got the one-touch redirection shot right on goal. Jack Pearlson, though, makes the save and holds on for a whistle, and we get to introduce the starting Colgate netminder, number 30, Jack Pearlson, 9-0 on the season, a 2.01 goals against, a .933 save percentage. Very impressive numbers. Actually, those numbers got worse yesterday in that win.
Yeah, that's how good they were. There was really no way for them to possibly go up, and, a couple Fredonia goals maybe in what you might refer to as garbage time kind of drops that number. I mean, granted, it's still nowhere near the human numbers that you see typically, as Pearlson's save percentage is still that rivaling of video games at this level, as he is leaned upon the same way the Thunderwolves lean on Trevor Goodyear to keep the games where they need to be, and then they let their elite offense do the rest.
Yeah, we talked about the Niagara Community College Union game yesterday turning into a goaltender's duel. It really was, as it went all the way into overtime before it was Kevin Carl getting the game-winning goal for the Thunderwolves. Thunderwolves now trying to work the puck out of their zone. Noah Williams, the dangerous defenseman, leading the rush, but he loses control as he gets to center ice. Now Andrew Parginoni comes back in the other direction, gets sandwiched by two different players from the Thunderwolves. As you know, we've seen this SUNY Niagara team play plenty of times over the years. The gritty, physical style always a part of their game.
Not only is that a part of their game, that is what wakes them up. That is what typically gets them into it. Union tried to impose some physical will on the Thunderwolves yesterday, and the Thunderwolves just kind of looked back at them and smiled. And now Parginoni, who had a lot of success skating with the puck, definitely met some tough sledding there. So let's see, as here's Noah Williams, another equally aggressive player.
Williams with some speed, moving it up ice, dumps it in. Parginoni picks it up on the far side. Now Colgate looking to start the breakout, but a couple different Niagara County players over there on the far side creating a turnover, almost an opportunity for Williams in the mid-slot. Williams then tries to get to the left point to keep that puck in, unable to get to the boards before the puck slides through the neutral zone. Goodyear setting it up in his own zone, but can't quite get it to Schmidl. Schmidl eventually gets it back to Williams, and now the breakout starts on the near side. Hess banking it up ice, getting that one to Geyer, but he loses control just across the blue line. Puck comes slowly through the neutral zone before it's moved up ice by Colgate. That one intercepted by Geyer, and now maybe a 3-on-2. Hess lets the shot go from the near dot. Glove saved by Pearlson. Hangs on for a whistle. 17-19 now remaining in a scoreless first period, as our broadcast this afternoon is made possible by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility. Simulators, lessons, and leagues. Buffalo Golf and Social, the area's best destination for year-round practice and instruction. Colgate winning a face-off here in their defensive zone. That is Trent Cadine starting it up ice. Gets it up to Mancino. Mancino banks it off the boards. Can't connect on that pass, so this one's going to go for icing against Colgate, as the two teams just trade icing infractions back and forth here in the first 3 minutes of action. Maybe a little bit of that feeling out process that we tend to see in games where the opponents don't have any real familiarity with each other.
Yeah, and also looking down on the ice, as you can see him decked out in the light green, Trent Cadine is in the lineup tonight. He was not available for Colgate yesterday. That is a big add for him, and he made his presence known in his first shift as he delivered a hit to Chase Schmidl, then made sure he let him know it. So Cadine, one of the captains here, see what he's able to bring as he makes a nice move to put a guy on the deck.
Through the neutral zone and into the offensive end come the Raiders, but Teddy Swike is the perch one to pick it up on the far side. Can't connect on a breakout pass, but Nuttall picks it up. Nuttall up to Simon, and now Simon with some room through the neutral zone. Three Raiders back defensively as Simon lets a shot go from just inside the top of the circle. Pearlson makes the save. Not sure he had a good, clean feel for the save that he made, though, Sean.
No, he definitely didn't, and that's Nick Simon again. The defensive ace scored a goal yesterday for the Thunderwolves, and he leads a rush right here. Seemingly harmless-looking shot from distance, but yeah, it looked like Pearlson did have a little bit of trouble, maybe not handling it, but didn't want to move until he heard that whistle, because I definitely wasn't sure where that puck was. And let's see if the Thunderwolves start trying to pepper him and see if they can find a chink in the armor. I don't know how easy that's going to be, but it's definitely worth the attempt.
I think we saw a bit of line matching just there before this face-off in the Colgate zone. The top Colgate line came out, and Niagara County made a late switch to put this current line out there against them. That is Miller along with Cirillo and Jetter, the line that I think that head coach Drew Harris is going to want to put out there against the Amaya, Fadel, and Mahoney line for Colgate.
And not only that, Aaron Como, who was, in my opinion, one of the best players in that game yesterday, I imagine he's going to see a healthy dose of this Amaya line as well from his D position with his D partner Noah Williams as well.
Aaron Como, part of the game-winning goal yesterday. He had the secondary assist leading the breakout up the ice. Eventually led to the Kevin Carl finish to put the game on ice and send the Thunderwolves here into this championship game.
Good breakout.
2-on-1, maybe setting up. Mahoney across ice. Fadell with the pass in his skates, though. Got the shot away, but had to take that extra moment in order to get control of it on his stick. The backhand shot is saved by Goodyear. He holds on for a whistle, almost 4 minutes into the action. Each team trying to break through as they're kind of getting that feel now for what the opponent has to offer in this game.
Yeah, Colgate, again, one thing they were spectacular at among several other things yesterday is they were breaking out great, as there's the low ceiling coming into play for the first time today. Colgate did a great job with the breakouts, as did Niagara County, but great team defense. All four skaters outside the line hustle back to make sure that shot is dealt with, and Goodyear has a save as well. So I don't think Colgate's going to be able to skate around as they were yesterday.
Slip play off the draw. Mahoney calls his own number, puts the pass to himself through the opposing center's skates, gets a shot on goal, and now Amaya sets up another opportunity for Fadell. I think Goodyear got a little bit of that one as he had to slide from left to right and make a good pad save. Colgate keeping it moving in the offensive zone, bouncing puck in front, and it's put into the back of the net. Mahoney gets the game's first goal, caught the right bounce, and Colgate's out in front early.
Hey, that's what it takes in the playoffs sometimes. Mahoney, who has been a hot stick, had a couple yesterday, and he starts to scoring less than 5 minutes in. Just a cross play, takes the bounce. Mahoney just right place, right time, deposits the puck into the open net, and Colgate gets that all-important first goal in the championship game.
A couple of different plays that were very similar, with the puck coming from the near corner towards the front of the net, forcing Goodyear to move from side to side. A bouncing puck and a rebound, and finding that bouncing puck and putting it into the right place is exactly what has put Colgate out in front. Interestingly enough, they keep that top line out there as Niagara County makes a switch and gets their hero line from yesterday, Kevin Carl, out there to take the faceoff. He scored the game winner yesterday in overtime.
Yep, and the guy who set it up is with them too, and then one of the goal scorers, Simon, the defensive ace, is out there. So here's a line match, but here come the Red Raiders.
Drop pass to Amaya, can't handle it though, and Niagara County leaves the zone, but Fadell finding control right at center ice. Drops it to Fuchsen. Long pass through the neutral zone. That one doesn't connect. Should go for icing, but it's actually waved off. Puck comes up the near side. This one will go for icing.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one for the Thunderwolves right there.
Yeah, it was certainly one that you could have expected them to maybe complain about not having the call on their side. Doesn't seem like anyone's too upset on the Niagara County bench right now, but it's going to be a defensive zone draw for the Thunderwolves as they trail by one here, less than 5 minutes in.
Yeah, and Colgate looking to build on their lead, and that's what they did yesterday. And this is big here. Niagara really needs to respond quickly, because if Colgate gets running offensively, they're a locomotive that's very, very hard to stop.
That's essentially what happened yesterday. They got a lot of good bounces in that first period, but they didn't make many mistakes either, and they really blew that game open before it was even that old. It was 5-0 at the end of the first period, so certainly something the Thunderwolves want to be aware of. If this Raiders squad gets rolling offensively, they can be really tough to stop, if not impossible.
Yes, and the thing is, when you combine great execution with luck, I don't really see how you can beat a team. So Colgate had that yesterday. Thunderwolves trying to turn the luck in their fortune as well and use their strengths to try and get this game even.
Thunderwolves with some pressure here in the offensive zone. The puck comes towards the point. Dvorak keeping it in, at least momentarily, before it comes back out to center ice. Parginoni picking it up and taking it across the blue line. Parginoni in the corner, gets it out in front. Good tie up there as Hess got just enough of a stick on his man right in front. Lyon would have had a golden opportunity if it wasn't for the defensive play by the Thunderwolf defender. Up the far boards, through the legs of Simon, but he still accepts the pass. Can't get it across to a teammate at center ice. Sent right back in as both squads make changes. Dvorak to Williams. Williams looking up the near side, gets it up to Geyer, who gets enough of a deflection on it to keep any icing from being called. Colgate now trying to quickly work it up the far wall. They do manage to get it across the blue line, delayed offsides here against the Thunderwolves. Long stretch pass intercepted. Geyer getting that stick in the lane, then sending it in across the blue line. A little bit more than 6 minutes into the action here, 1-0 Colgate. As it's Niagara County Community College putting some pressure on here in the near side of the offensive zone. Good play at the point by Teddy Swipe to keep it in. Hess now tries a turnaround shot. That doesn't get to the cage. Kadeen now starts that pass up ice with a backhander, almost getting to Ryan. Good play by the shin pad of Teddy Swipe to keep that from getting to the Colgate player behind him. Perlson making a save in the aftermath as he keeps it a 1-0 game, but Niagara County finds possession again. Miller with the pass in front, and I think Perlson kept that from getting to the net front as he put the paddle down and made sure he got into the passing lane. Kadeen up the near boards. Good play in the neutral zone as that's Jake Ruchala forcing a turnover. He's got to retreat back to his own blue line. 1-on-2 now as he tries to get that puck free. Colgate eventually gets it across the blue line. Now Mancino on the far side. He gets knocked down, but no penalty coming. Quickly up the far side, Anthony Miller, 2-on-2 into the offensive zone. Good tight gap control there by Cooper Green.
What defense that was, my goodness.
Just allowed the offensive player to run out of room, essentially, and then he took the puck away and started it up ice. Impressive play there from number 9, the
freshman,
former junior Predators player.
Well, he's got some pedigree. You can see it on his pants and helmet, but my goodness, Aaron, you're a defensive coach. How did you like that gap control?
That's exactly how you want to see a defenseman play a rush up ice. It was 2-on-2, so even numbers allow that gap to close off before they can even get inside the zone. Goal scorer Mahoney falls down, maintains control for at least a moment, but it's Derek Pine now skating up ice. Derek Pine, the Kenmore East grad. Kenmore East celebrating this season as they won the Section 6 high school championship. Shot in on goal as that one was Kevin Carl, yesterday's hero, getting a shot on goal through a deflected shot. So Perlson definitely had to handle that one. This is Fadell on the near side, passes in the skates of Green. Let's see if Nuttall can start it up ice. Good play by Mahoney to take it away from him, and he gets a shot on goal looking for his second of the game. Goodyear makes the save. There was a rebound there briefly. Amaya takes it behind the net. Pass towards the front. Good defensive play by Carl to make sure that one didn't get to its intended target, but Fadell has an opportunity. Shots blocked by Pine as it looked like Fadell had enough room to let that shot go from the mid-slot. 11:30 to go in first period play as the puck comes back to the point to Fuchsen. Cross-ice pass, and now Cooper Green looks to wind it up. He actually just decides to feed it down low to Amaya, and now Fuchsen shot from the point, saved by Goodyear, but the rebound is there. Amaya collects it, now looks to set things up yet again. Fuchsen with a man on him. Good play by Charlie Nuttall. He was all over the ice defensively yesterday, as well as setting up the game-winning goal in overtime. Nuttall now pressuring Fadell on the far side, but the Colgate forward gets it into the offensive zone. Amaya gets free and lets a backhander go. Save is made by Goodyear. Simon up ice, tries to push it past the Colgate defender. Can't get it deep in the offensive zone. Now Cooper Green along the center ice red line. Up to Fadell. He just flips it into the zone. Colgate making some changes. Only one person deep offensively. Como picks the puck up in the near corner. Banks it back to his defensive partner Williams. He evades a check and now has some room to look for a pass. Eventually connects with Simon at center ice. 2-on-2. Simon winds up and misses the net with that slap shot. Geyer gets it down low, however, as Paragianoni has an opportunity to get it up ice and then takes a huge hit. As running him over there was Josh Kaiser.
Josh Kaiser absolutely smokes Paragianoni right here. He hops right back up, though. He's not bothered by it. But Kaiser, I mean, Colgate's had the better play on the offensive zone. Maybe that wakes up the Thunderwolves. Thunderous hit there by the Niagara Wheatfield product, Josh Kaiser.
10-11 remaining in first period play. Defensive zone draw coming up for Niagara Community College. It's going to be Hess and Ryan on for this draw. Referee making sure everyone's lined up properly. Puck is down. Paragianoni in the corner. Gets it in front. Opportunity there as Lyon had a really good look. Just couldn't find the cage with that wrist shot. He might have been under a little bit of duress and had to rush that shot. Kaiser gets it away from Paragianoni. Now trying to get it out on the far side. Eventually hacked into the neutral zone. Now Geyer comes in 2-on-2. Has a little bit of space. Gets the pass out in front. Just couldn't quite find his teammate Hess there in the mid-slot. Williams keeps it in at the point. Can't get it to a teammate as a bouncing puck in the corner, settled down by Bush, and he makes a pass up the far side. Paragianoni floats it into the neutral zone. Williams goes back for it. Williams allows his teammate to clear the zone, then takes it in himself. Backhand shot just barely misses the near post. Paragianoni takes a bump, can't get the pass out of the zone. Now a play by Williams towards the front, makes a move to get free, makes a backhand shot. Great save by Perlson. Thunderwolves keep it moving. Cirillo feeds it down low. Hess putting some pressure on in the corner as it comes to the near side. Ryan gets it away from Swike and clears the zone, but it's right on Cirillo's stick, and he sends it back in across the blue line. 9 minutes now remaining in the first. Colgate clears the zone, but they can't keep control at the center ice area. Now Miller looks to come back into the offensive end. Miller sending it deep. Jeter chasing it down behind the net. Can't keep it long enough to get a pass out towards the front of the net. And now it's an opportunity for Caden to get it out, but he can't get it past Miller. Cross ice to Cirillo, shot from distance. That one just barely misses the net wide. Had a screen in front of him too. That shot from the right point from Kaiser doesn't get through as a Colgate player gets into the shooting lane. Puck sent the length of the ice. This one's going to be icing against Colgate as the referee making sure that the player is attempting to make a change will not be allowed to do so as the faceoff comes back to the Raiders zone. Our broadcast today is brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty.
Definitely got some juice in the Thunderwolves offensive game after that hit down below our broadcast position a minute ago. Let's see if they can turn some of this offensive possession into some scoring chances.
Just like you were saying, Sean, they get their power and their fuel essentially from that physical play. A game in which the Thunderwolves are backing off and maybe playing a little bit passively. They're not really engaged in. As we approach the 8-minute mark of the first period, still a 1-0 score in favor of Colgate. The goal coming off the stick of Michael Mahoney. Puck along the Niagara County blue line. Dvorak there spinning a backhand pass to Swike. Swike now up ice, and he finds the captain, Jeter. Jeter across the blue line, cutting towards the slot, but 3 Colgate players there to meet him, and the Raiders clear the zone. Teddy Swike, though, looking to load it up right at the center ice red line. Pass goes off the stick of Miller, and now it's going to be the opposing Miller, Cole Miller, for Colgate with the opportunity to start it up ice. His teammate can't catch the pass, though, and that's going to go for icing against Colgate, so a really fast start to the game for the Raiders. I think the response has since been there for Niagara County.
Response is definitely there. They're getting opportunities. They're playing in the offensive zone and upping the physical play. Now they got to solve the netminder Pearlson, and that is much easier said than done. This Thunderwolves team knows all about solving a good goaltender considering what they have in their crease.
Quick shot off the draw by Simon. Didn't get a lot on that, but still the save had to be made by Pearlson. Mancino on the far side tries to skate it out of the zone, eventually gets it out through the check of Nuttall. That's actually going to be a penalty coming up, as it looks like Nuttall's going to be called for a hooking call, I'm guessing. It's a tripping call going against the Niagara Community College forward.
Isn't a fan of the call, but be that as it may, now the Thunderwolves have to kill a penalty, and this is a potent, to say the very least, Colgate power play. Big moment here with 7:22 to go in the first period.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday on a number of occasions, how the 5 players that come out here for this offensive side for Colgate, to say it's a lot of firepower doesn't really go far enough, Sean.
No, it does not. I mean, these are 5 guys that can all absolutely kill you if you give them enough room.
Cooper Green walks the blue line, lets the shot go. Good block by Como. Amaya back to Green. Doesn't really have a lane there, goes for the shot pass as right onto the stick of Mahoney, but Mahoney can't find the net with the redirection. Gavin Cirillo with the chance to clear, and he takes advantage of that. The first 20 seconds now gone in the Thunderwolves penalty. Cirillo and Simon out there, the penalty killers. Bit of an errant pass, almost an opportunity for Simon there shorthanded. But now it's going to be Fadell carrying it up ice. He's got speed, lets the shot go. Good save with the stick and pad by Goodyear. Fadell back to the point. Green looks for a passing option, eventually gets it along to Mahoney. Sauce pass back across to Amaya. Amaya back to Mahoney, but that one gets deflected on the way there. I think that was Cirillo that got a piece of it. Puck in the far corner, that is Lyon. Backhand pass to Mahoney as Colgate keeps moving it around the perimeter. Amaya across to Green. Miscommunication there as the player Fadell was retreating back towards the point, and that gives Niagara County the pretty easy clear, but they can't get it the full length of the ice. Simon then runs over Amaya, but takes the worst of it. Both of them slow to get back into the play as the shot is taken by Cooper Green. Simon still hasn't gotten back to his skates. Now he does as he actually gets the pass, but he's definitely shaken up. He just dumps that one in and goes to the bench.
Yeah, Simon definitely took the worst of that hit on Amaya, who kind of ducked him, and he looks like Simon got caught low. Big player. Hopefully he can come back unscathed.
Amaya now into the offensive zone. Still 25 seconds to go in the power play. Shot by Parginoni. Just barely misses the net.
That's off.
Net comes off the moorings. Or do we have a penalty? We have a penalty being called. It's a cross-checking call. This one's going against Aaron Como, so not only...
No, it's...
I take it back. Aaron Como was heading in that direction, but he went to the bench. It's against Colgate, I think. But it's not Lyon.
Oh, it's Amaya. Wow. They got Amaya off the ice for 2 minutes. That's I don't think Niagara County is going to be too upset about that.
Well, essentially what it means is that the Thunderwolves have killed off the penalty against them with 20 seconds remaining on it, and then they get a bit of an opportunity themselves with the man advantage. It'll be 1:40 after 20 seconds worth of 4-on-4 play.
20 seconds 4-on-4, though. That's a lot of time for both of these teams with their great skaters, so let's see if any exciting plays come out of this.
Connerty dumps it out of the zone. Derek Pine dives into the boards to keep it from getting past him. Now walks it in, takes a shot. Blocker save made as Perlson had to make sure he got out there on top of his crease to keep Derek Pine from getting one past him.
Yeah, Pine can shoot it. We know that here, covering him as much as we have. He's a big body with a long stick, and he can really, really shoot that puck.
So the Niagara County penalty has expired. So now they get the abbreviated power play, 1:30 remaining in that man advantage. Nuttall carrying it in across the blue line. Nuttall takes the shot, actually the pass off the pads, I believe, as the rebound ended up being cleared towards the corner. It's going to be Williams picking it up on the near side as the power play gets set up. Pass comes back to the point. Pine here at the midpoint. Down low to Nuttall. A little bit out of his reach, and now Bush is going to have a chance to clear, but a good recovery there by Nuttall as he got his man tied up to keep that clear from happening. Battle for a loose puck on the far side. Parginoni comes out of the pile with it. Actually, he was the third man into that fray. Found the loose puck in support. Sent it the length of the ice now. 54 seconds remaining on this Niagara County power play. Como with speed up the near side. Cuts towards the slot. On the backhand, just didn't have a whole lot of options there as the defense was converging. Como takes a tough angle shot. That one's going to end up helping out Colgate as it essentially clears the zone for them. And now here comes Nick Simon into the offensive zone. Good to see Simon back on the ice. He took a rough ride there after he tried to deliver a hit in his own zone. He took the worst of it there about 2 minutes ago in game action. Back out there on the ice now for the last bit of this power play.
28 seconds to go here on the man advantage for the Thunderwolves. They've had some possession, really haven't had an opportunity to test the goaltender Perlson very much. Let's see if they can get something going here in the last 28 seconds and maybe towards the end of the opening frame.
Our broadcast today brought to you by Envious Gameware, designers of custom hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Visit enviousgameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of. Simon and Mahoney on for the face-off. Mahoney winning the draw. He did a lot of that yesterday. Kadeen now hunting down that puck on the far side. Takes a huge hit from Como, but still gets the clear. Kadeen looking for a penalty call.
He's not getting one. That was clean as a whistle.
Shakes off the after effects of that hit and goes to the bench now for a change. Still 10 seconds remaining on the power play for Niagara County. 2-on-2 tussle for the loose puck in the corner. Mahoney wins the battle and sends it the length of the ice. That kills off the last of the Colgate penalty. So back to 5-on-5. Aaron Como with plenty of room to start it up ice for Niagara County. Long pass into the neutral zone, doesn't connect with Simon. And now Fuchsen looks to go back in the other direction. Almost setting up a nice 2-on-1 opportunity. Mahoney had to change sides from his backhand to his forehand, and that's what kept him from accepting that pass. Could have been a nice break, though, for the Raiders.
Yeah, that would have been Mahoney and Amaya 2-on-1. You definitely don't want to mess with that too often, if at all, if you're Niagara County.
Swike across the blue line, takes a hit by Miller. That's going to be a penalty coming up against Colgate as Swike tried to side. No, we don't have a penalty coming up. They're calling that offsides.
Yeah, the Niagara County fans are definitely calling for a penalty there. They're not going to get one. The play was called offsides. The ref's going to say puck first. It happened right below our broadcast position. I'm going to be honest, Aaron. I've seen it called both ways.
Yeah. Okay. And I was just more of the play happening there and the whistle coming. My mistake to assume that the penalty was called, just the offsides call.
It's not your fault. They only have 3 refs, and the refs have to be linesmen, and the offsides motion is the exact same. And you saw a guy with stripes put his arm up. Not your fault. We just need 4 officials on the ice.
Fadel finds a loose puck behind his own net, feeds Amaya here on the near boards. And now Amaya and Fadel connect yet again as they move through the neutral zone. Fadel with a bouncing puck. Miller and Jetter converging on him, and they force a turnover, but Miller loses control of it as Amaya takes it right back from him. Amaya out of the corner, tries to feed a pass back to the point, unable to get it there, but Cooper Green steps up to make sure the puck doesn't leave the zone. 2.5 minutes remaining in first period play. Still the 1-0 Colgate lead, and now they have an opportunity down low, but a glove save by Goodyear on the backhand by Mahoney. It stays a 1-0 score.
Michael Mahoney looking for a second of the period, goes on his backhand. Nice pass reception as well. Tries to go under the bar. Trevor Goodyear sticking that big trapper up there, snaps that out of the air and keeps it a 1-0 Colgate lead.
Michael Mahoney, the Meadville, Pennsylvania native. Big game yesterday as he had 2 goals and an assist in the semifinal win. Also a goal already here in the first period. Pretty impressive high school career from Mahoney. Added up his totals today in his 4 seasons playing for the Meadville Area High School. 140 points in 4 seasons.
That's not bad. That's kind of respectable.
Kind of. So we have a forced change here for Niagara County as a bit of an equipment issue for Miller. Forces Simon to come out in his place for this face-off. False start on the draws. Everybody was moving except for the linesman as he didn't drop the puck. This time he does as Simon wins it cleanly back to Williams. Williams now looking to stretch the ice and get it up to Carl at the center ice area. Connects, and then he feeds it along to Nuttall. Nuttall takes a hit, and that's going to allow Bush to get to it first in the near corner. Up the boards to Amaya. And now a pass through the neutral zone. Good play by Kaiser to knock that one down. Colgate, though, finding possession. Amaya to Mahoney. Mahoney tries to get it back to Amaya, but it's going to be Kaiser intercepting that one, and he dumps it into the offensive zone. Now looking to put some pressure on the defenseman. Kaiser knocks down Connerty, forcing another loose puck. Throws a hit on Fadel on the far side. He's got Nuttall over there to help in this puck battle. Colgate, though, wins that puck battle, and now Amaya through the neutral zone. To the blue line. That one's going to be offsides. Good pressure there by Williams to force the delay in the zone entry. Last minute and a half of first period play now underway as Simon gets that pass across. Yesterday's hero, Kevin Carl, trying to pick his team up and put it on his back again. His backhand shot, though, not getting to the net. Simon with a drop pass there to Schmidl. That one ends up going back into the neutral zone, so Niagara County has to clear the zone as we approach a minute to play in the period. Shot from the point by Pine. That one gets redirected late. Slowly in on goal. I'm not sure Pearlson saw that redirection. And we're going to get a stoppage in play as the net coming off the moorings against Colgate. Essentially, they're saying that Colgate forced that, and that's why they're not allowing them to make a change.
That's the right call. I mean, that's tough that the net came off because the Thunderwolves are circling around. But again, they get the offensive zone face-off, and with 1:06 here to go in the opening frame, they get an opportunity to get one of those witching hour goals.
Hess and Lyon for the face-off. Colgate winning control. Fuchs encircles his net. Lux to start it up the far side. Parginoni helps that one out to the neutral zone, but Chase Schmidl gets to it. Schmidl now starting it behind his net as he's got a little bit of room on the left wing. Can't get that pass up ice to Geyer. Good play by Alex Fuchsen. Fuchsen across to Parginoni. Drops it off to Samuels. Might have rolled on him before he let that shot go. Might have also gone off the bottom of the glove of Goodyear. Either way, it went up over top of the net, then doesn't go far enough for icing as we have 35 seconds to play in the period.
This Colgate team's passing is absolutely off the wall right now. They are just unbelievable at finding the open spots and hitting guys in stride.
Fuchsen intercepting a pass there through the neutral zone, sending it back into the offensive end with 20 seconds to go in the period. Teddy Swike with a long pass, almost a dangerous one. Fuchsen misses it, but Jeter might get to it first. Cooper Green, though, wins that race with a loose puck as we approach 10 seconds to go in the period. Jeter sends it towards the net front. Doesn't find a Niagara County player in front of the net and then cleared out to center ice by Parginoni. Last 2 seconds of the period ticking away as the puck is just dumped in on net. And that's the way first period action will end here from the North Buffalo Rink. A quick start for Colgate as they got the game's first goal. It was Michael Mahoney adding to his totals here this weekend. His third goal in 2 days here in North Buffalo. But that's the only scoring we had seen in period number 1. A 1-0 Colgate lead after the first 20 minutes.
And it was a great period for Colgate, and especially in the beginning. They started buzzing early right off the draw, got that all-important first goal on a nice bounce. Niagara upped the physical play a little bit, and they got some momentum back, got some shots late in that first period. Hopefully for them, they can take some momentum into the second and try and get this thing tied. As for Colgate, get back to your offense, get back to your elite breakouts, and everything should be fine, but they do have to solve Goodyear as we still have 2 great goalies playing on the top of their game. Should be an interesting second and third period coming up.
I would say that after that first punch from Colgate, that it was a good response from the Thunderwolves. They certainly evened the playing surface for the rest of that period. I think overall a pretty even period despite that early goal from Colgate and the fact that they did have several more opportunities around Goodyear, but certainly going to be a thing to keep an eye on as this game continues, as I think they've got the feeling out process over with, and now they have a good idea which each side will come with in this contest. Now it's about which side will make that adjustment here in the locker room to try to make sure that they give their team the best opportunity to come out ahead.
Yeah, it's a 1-goal game, so you don't need to adjust too much, maybe tinker with some things because you don't need to get away from your game plan. But yes, the adjustment the game of chess between the coaching staffs here is going to be something to note. These are two teams that aren't familiar with each other, so you have to know how much adjusting is too much, but definitely there are some tweaks that should be made on both sides to see if one team can get an edge over the other here.
Shots on goal in the first period, 12-11 in favor of Colgate. They also have the 1-0 lead in terms of goals finding the back of the net. They'll take that 1-0 lead into the first intermission. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for period number 2 on the Nickel City Hockey Network.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
I created Buffalo Golf and Social for one reason: to create a space that's different and unique from any other golf facility you've ever been to. It's a place to learn, and it's a place to enjoy. You ready?
And welcome back to the North Buffalo Ice Rink, where we are ready for second period action in our Division II championship in the Upstate New York Collegiate Hockey League. A 1-0 score after one period of play. The Colgate Raiders out in front, facing off against the Niagara Community College Thunderwolves. Colgate getting the only goal in period number one, that one coming off the stick, officially credited to Justin Fadel, with assists going to Michael Mahoney and Nick Amaya. We had it as Mahoney getting the goal. Either way you look at it, it is a 1-0 lead for the Colgate Raiders through one period of play as we get ready to start second period action. My name is Aaron Alpern alongside Sean McHugh from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. Sean, as we get started here in second period play, what sort of adjustments do we maybe see from these two squads?
For Colgate, I definitely think they should just get back to what they were doing early in the period. Kind of got put on their heels as the period went on. And then for Niagara, keep doing what you did at the end of that period. Get the chances, play physical. That is the brand. And see if they can get this thing even. Very evenly played period between two evenly matched teams. Should be a great finish here.
1-0 the score after one period of play. 12-11 the shots on goal in favor of Colgate. So that really backs up what Sean was saying about a very evenly played first period. Puck in the Niagara County zone, unable to leave the zone of the Thunderwolves as Fuchsen keeps it in. Kevin Carl, though, accepts a loose puck there, sends that one out of the zone, but with the fresh ice, that one's going to go the length of the ice. Icing call against the Niagara Community College Thunderwolves. Face-off coming in the zone to our left as we're about 40 seconds into the second period.
And what we have seen from Colgate from yesterday and in this first period, they start periods fast, and they're putting some big guns out there first, and they're going to see if they can get another 2-1 lead as they had another set face-off play.
Yeah, that goal coming in the first period a little bit more than 4 minutes into the action, so certainly something that they want to do is to get that fast start, that fast first shift from each of their lines. This line's a dangerous one. Nick Amaya's the most dangerous one of them. Cross-ice pass right on the tape. One-timer from Mahoney, and a great save by Goodyear. That was just great hockey on both sides of the play.
Absolutely. Tic-tac-toe passing. Mahoney drops to his knee like Steven Stamkos to respect the number 91 and just fires one on Goodyear, but Goodyear gets to his left right off that post. Big save, and more importantly, no rebound as there were two Red Raiders vulturing around for some loose change there.
Face-off now to the left of Goodyear. It's going to be Miller and Lyon. Miller winning the draw for Niagara County. Up to Jeter, and he directs it into the neutral zone. Quickly played along by Bush. Connerty now up to Parginoni. Loose puck below our broadcast position. As is going to be Parginoni now carrying it across the blue line for Colgate. Feeds a pass in front. Can't quite get it to Lyon. Lyon then gets knocked over in the aftermath as Jeter moves it up ice. Thunderwolves can't get it deep in the offensive zone as we have a whistle being blown and a stoppage in play, but I'm not sure why. Puck went out of play, but it was before it went out of play that the whistle was blown. I think we're going to have a face-off. Oh, we have a player down here to our left. It was Lyon that was the player that took that hit. Unable to see that, a little bit of an obstructed view from where we are. So as Colgate attends to their injured player, face-off will be coming in the opposite side of the neutral zone along the Colgate blue line. Our broadcast today made possible by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility. Simulators, lessons, and leagues. Buffalo Golf and Social, the area's best destination for year-round practice and instruction. Locations downtown and in Orchard Park. Book your next event at Buffalo Golf and Social.
Lyon's trying to stay on the ice right now. They're not going to let him do that, but yeah, Lyon wants to take his next shift.
Yeah, Lyon tried to just step in there for that next face-off with the play being blown dead because of his injury. The referees make sure that he heads to the bench for this next draw, which will come right along the Colgate blue line, minute and a half into second period action. Miller and Lowe for the face-off. Miller plays it forward but can't get to it. And now it's going to be Williams trying to get it deep, but he can't get that one past Lowe. That's off sides at the blue line. So they'll just move that face-off across to the other side of the neutral zone, and this one will happen right in front of the Colgate bench.
A little bit of a feeling out process again to start this period. I kind of was of the mind that maybe both teams would put the pedal to the metal, but it looks like both teams are trying to adjust and also make sure they're aware of how their opponent might have adjusted as the game of chess just continues here in this championship game.
Hudson Lowe with the clean win on the faceoff, and Colgate gets it deep. Kaiser, though, the first one to it for Niagara County. Changes directions and gets it to Williams, now up to Jeter. Jeter tries to stretch the ice. Cirillo unable to accept that pass. It's going to be moved back through center ice, though, by Kaiser as he gets it into the Colgate zone. Pass up the far wall, redirected, and that allows Niagara County to keep it in for at least a moment. Not for very long, though, as now Fisher has an opportunity to skate it across the blue line. Fisher just across the blue and then dumps it deep before he takes a hit from Jeter. Puck in the far corner as Williams tries to get that one away from Lowe. Eventually does with some help from Anthony Miller. Miller then flips it up the near boards. Can't get it off the glass, though, and it ends up just barely over the glass and into the spectators just below our broadcast position. Spectators going to get a souvenir there, I would guess, as we get ready for a face-off in the Niagara County zone. 17:41 now remaining in second period action.
Yeah, and it has been a very choppy and slowish start here to this second period. I know eventually it's going to open up. It always does with both of these teams, so it'll be interesting to see when that happens or who the aggressor is.
Amaya accepting that pass in the mid-slot. He had a little bit of room. Surprised he didn't try to get it on goal. Amaya now spins off a check, loses control of it, though, and now it's going to be Kaiser starting it up ice, getting that pass to Cirillo. Cirillo across the blue line, goes wide on the defenseman, tries to put it back through his legs, just loses control of it as now Amaya skates it up ice. Amaya cross ice to Mahoney, now back to Fadel as he tries to get it across to Amaya. Maybe one too many passes there for the Raiders, but it certainly says that this is an unselfish bunch. Wow, what a look there. Amaya was looking to circle the net. Everyone was looking towards the near post. Fed it across on the back post to Mahoney, but unable to find the net on that shot was number 91. Get another stoppage in play. 17:06 remaining in the second period. Only one shot on goal so far in this period.
Yeah, but you can definitely see the unselfishness and elite playmaking ability of Nick Amaya right there. Everybody in the building was looking one way, and Amaya puts one right on the tape in the opposite fashion. 15, a player you can never, ever, ever lose track of when he's on the ice, or you will pay for it.
Yeah, he had the hat trick in the first half of yesterday's game. Added 3 assists as the game went on just to show that point. Shot from Kadeen from the point. That one ends up being deflected and misses the net just barely wide. Would have been a dangerous one and a difficult one for the netminder to handle if that one ended up bouncing on net. Simon up to Como in the far side. A lot of room there for Niagara County, but Como just decides to flip it through the neutral zone. Good play by Kadeen at center ice as he had a man right on him. Kadeen takes a rough ride again. He actually got hit hard in the first period, and now he ends up being upended here on this play along the blue line.
Yeah, he landed on his head. That looked like it was hurt. I don't know if there was anything dirty there. I think it's just two players colliding, and he just got the worst of everything.
He's looking for an explanation as to why he's in such pain without an opposing player heading to the penalty box. Good to see that he's at least shaking off the worst effects of that hit, but he still seems to be a little bit dismayed that there's no call coming.
Well, there is no call coming, and he's going to have to deal with it because the refs decided there was no penalty on the play. Looked very incidental. Just looks the fall looked worse than it might have been. Granted, if you're on the other end of that hit and you get rocked like that and get up and see no penalty, I think you and I are both going to argue it as well. The refs are just kind of going to let it play here. I don't think there was any malicious intent there. I really don't. I think that was just a bunch of guys playing hard. Unfortunately, Kadeen just got hit from 2 different directions while I was in midair, and that's usually a recipe for a rough fall.
Play back underway now. 16:30 to go in the period as it's Fadel across the blue line. Gets it to Mahoney. Almost back to Fadel. Amaya getting the shot from the doorstep. Pad save made by Goodyear. Thunderwolves quickly back up ice. Simon putting pressure on Green in the far corner. Loose puck, but Green gets it away from Simon and then quickly gets that one up ice. Can't connect with Fadel at the center ice logo.
Green won that race, shrugged off a forechecker, and then delivered an almost perfect pass in one motion. That was ridiculous.
Cooper Green, the Montgomery Bell School product. Now it's an opportunity in tight for Fadel. Stepping out to cut off that angle, Trevor Goodyear. That's certainly what his teammates had to be looking for as Fadel, a dangerous forward, got loose right in on the goaltender. Another save by Goodyear. It stays a 1-0 game.
And Fadel got a goal yesterday on that exact type of play. A perfect zone entry acceptance, then a quick low shot through the 5-hole. Amaya got one like that too yesterday. That time Goodyear squeezes the wickets closed and keeps it a 1-goal Colgate lead. But so far, Colgate's tilted the ice just like they did in the first period. Niagara's got to get some puck possession here.
Kaiser settles down a bouncing puck but can't get it out of the zone. Parginoni with a backhand pass toward the slot. Gets it to Lyon. Eventually that shot, I think, either hit a skate in front of Goodyear or Goodyear made the save with the pad. Dvorak up the near side to chase Schmidl. Schmidl circling in the corner and now up ice to Kaiser as he looks for a stretch pass. Had a man behind the defense. Good play by Cooper Green as that one almost got to Geyer behind him. Flipped into the offensive zone by Kaiser as Niagara County looks to put some pressure on the far side. 2-on-2 tussle for that loose puck. Eventually comes free off the stick of Cooper Green. Gets it across to Fuchs in here on the near wall. Fuchs into Parginoni. He dumps it in before losing control of his stick. And then it's going to be sent back up the near boards, but it ends up in the protective netting above the glass here in the near corner. So we get a stoppage in play with 15:11 to go in the period. And our broadcast this afternoon is brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. Lyon and Miller for this face-off. Niagara County winning control. Williams now up the far side. Past Ruchala, but it ends up on Gavin Cirillo's stick. Can't get it out, though. Parginoni takes the shot from a hard angle. Stick saved by Goodyear. Now Ruchala starts it up this side. Unable to get it out again, and then a chance in front for Parginoni. A bouncing puck, though. Couldn't find the net with that shot. He had a lot to shoot at, too. Miller countering now for Niagara County. Can't drive towards the net as Bush takes it away from him. Colgate then getting the clear, but this one will not go far enough for icing. Jake Ruchala up to Jeter. Now across to Gavin Cirillo as he cuts across the neutral zone. Good defensive play by Bush to keep that zone entry from coming together quickly. Jeter, though, has it deep in the offensive zone now for the Thunderwolves. Has a man in front. That was Miller. He caught the pass, but then got tied up late. I believe that was the defenseman Ryan Bush that made that play. Puck is kept in along the blue line. Miller now getting free and letting a shot go. Glove save by Perlson, as the Colgate netbinder hadn't had to do a whole lot here in this period in the first 6 minutes, but he makes a good glove save when he's asked to, and he stops that one to keep it a 1-0 game.
Yeah, big save right there by the goaltender Perlson, as there was a lot happening on that blue line. Ruchala doing a great job to keep the play alive. Colgate thought the play was offsides, and as they were protesting, the shot came. Perlson makes the save and holds on. No harm, no foul. There's some harm. Oh, wow.
Simon with the quick shot on net off the draw. The rebound was there for Carl, but he got tied up and couldn't get a shot on goal. Oh, Nuttall takes a big hit on the far side, as that was Trent Cadine throwing the physicality back. He's gotten a lot of it on the other side of things. Now he's giving it back to the opponents. Thunderwolves keep it in. Nick Simon in the far corner, spins off of a check. Now back to the point, Teddy Swike. Swike shot from distance, gets redirected late by Carl, but the redirection goes over the net. Como now looking to keep it in for Niagara County here at the near blue line. Him and Nuttall make sure it gets down deep, and now Simon has it in the corner. This line, just like they did yesterday, providing that energy for Niagara County. Como at the point, can't get that shot through traffic, keeps it in though. Como with Ryan on him, gets knocked down on the play. Maybe some numbers here for Colgate. Through the neutral zone, this is Hudson Lowe. Lowe alone in the offensive zone, just takes a shot from distance. Teddy Swike picks it up and starts it up ice, just barely getting it across the blue line. Cole Miller picks it up in the neutral zone. Miller's pass is intercepted by Nuttall, but he's got to wait for Simon to clear the zone. So after that delayed offsides expires, Simon now putting some pressure on Miller in the far corner. Up the near wall as it gets out the center ice to Mahoney. Mahoney back to Fadel. Fadel then taking a hit from Miller right in front of the penalty box door. 12:35 to go in second period play as we approach the halfway mark in the Division II championship game. This is going to be Eddie Jeter here on the near side. Takes a hit before he can get that one deep. Trent Cadine certainly is establishing that physical presence here for Colgate now.
He can do that for you, but he's also asking for it as well, but now he's heading to the net.
One-time shot from Mahoney. Save is made by Goodyear. That same setup that Amaya and Mahoney connected on earlier in the period. Jeter in the other direction. He gets a shot on goal. Perlson makes the save. There was a rebound there for a moment. Eventually it was cleared, and now Colgate has numbers in transition.
What a play by Como.
Aaron Como getting the stick on puck there. That's the only thing that kept Amaya from a breakaway. Fuchsen letting that shot go from distance. Jeter getting the skate on it to keep it from getting on goal. And now the Thunderwolves come back in the opposite direction. Jeter sending it down deep. Puck comes out of the zone as we are under 11:45 to go in the period. Puck fed up the near wall. Eddie Jeter backhands it towards the opposite blue line, but it doesn't get there as Fidel knocks it out of the air. Cirillo makes sure that one gets deep, and now he looks to put some pressure on along with Jeter. Jeter and Green there trying to tussle for that puck. Green comes out with it. He's got a man on him here in the near corner. Green sidestepping two different checks, but that puck is still loose. As it finally comes out to the far corner, Cirillo and Amaya go in for it. And then we have a penalty being called here. I believe this one's going against Colgate. I believe it's a penalty, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm now going to correct myself because, okay, it's a hand pass. We see these whistles being blown and not necessarily getting the corresponding hand signal that would allow us to describe what is happening accurately.
See the guy in orange with his arm up. That usually tells you something, Aaron.
So just the hand pass stoppage as play continues now with 11:10 to go in second period action. Geyer down low. Backhand pass doesn't get there. Good play by Alex Fuchsen, getting the skate on that pass to keep it from connecting in front. Cooper Green now rides his man into the far boards. Puck comes free as it's going to be Hess getting it back to Kaiser. Kaiser with a man on him just flips it into the near corner. Hess trying to get to that one, but Green beats him to it. Mahoney can't get that pass. Kaiser keeps it in and takes a shot. Almost had the screen set up, but Perlson got around that screen, made the blocker save, getting a good look on that shot coming in from Kaiser. Amaya in the other direction. 2 men on him, though. Good defense by the Thunderwolves, keeping the dangerous number 15 from having the space he needs in the offensive zone. And then an opportunity at the other end as Geyer tried that one-time shot on the pass from Pine. Just went off the heel of his stick, however. Schmidl quickly up to Pine. Pine back to Kaiser. He redirects that one towards the Colgate blue line. Raiders countering, though. Parginoni just unable to accept that pass at the center ice logo. Fadel across to Bush here on the near wall. The defenseman has plenty of room to work with as he gets it up to Samuels. That one's deflected into the offensive zone as now Colgate looking to put some pressure on as we reach the halfway point in this contest. Another big hit there on the far side. 2 Thunderwolves knocking their man down.
Another clean hit right there, but yeah, the Colgate, they are not liking this. And I think the Thunderwolves sense it, and they're going to start rationing up the physical play.
It was something that I think Fredonia tried to do yesterday to play physically against Colgate, but the game might have been out of reach at that point, and it just came across as a frustrated team as opposed to one trying to exert their physical dominance.
I mean, one thing is N-Trip is doing it while the play is happening. That is one difference.
Arginoni on Schmidl. He gets around the defenseman and takes the shot. Good save by Goodyear as the dangerous Andrew Parginoni had an opportunity in tight. The equally dangerous Noah Williams gets a shot away. That one goes off the shoulder of Perlson as number 10 had a huge head of steam coming up ice and let a good hard shot go. Nuttall to Cirillo. Cirillo tries to get it back to Nuttall. Loose puck in front of the net.
Great
as
play
almost
by Bush.
getting to that one was Nuttall, but Bush diving to make sure it gets up ice. Another hit from that Parginoni takes here just below our broadcast position. He still gets the shot on goal. Goodyear makes the stop and covers up. 8:56 now remaining in the second period. As our broadcast today brought to you by Envious Gameware, designers of custom hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Visit enviousgameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of.
Pace has definitely picked up here in the second period as the physical play is coming in full force, and now both teams are heading back and forth, and we're getting into a track meet, which is exactly what we want to see here.
Colgate wins the draw, but none of their players can get to the puck, and it's Simon that moves it in the other direction. Soft dump in, and now Cooper Green looks for a long pass over to the far side. Fuchsen to Fisher. Fisher across the blue line, puts it between his legs, now drops the pass off, and now Fisher in the corner again. Spins away from one defender. Good defense there, converging on the man in front as he got that puck free. Eventually the puck gets popped up into the air, and it's brought out of the air by the glove of Trevor Goodyear. Holds on for a whistle with now 8:29 remaining in the second.
Yeah, Goodyear again. He's been tested all game like we kind of figured he would. He's been up to the task as the Thunders are going to need him to continue this. Got to get back into the offensive zone for Niagara because you do not want to let this Colgate offense start to feel good about themselves. They are dangerous when they start getting confidence down low.
Yeah, Goodyear's certainly been the busier goaltender here in the second period. 11-6 the shots in the second in favor of Colgate. Simon on the far side takes a hit, still has control, but he can't get it out of the zone. Fuchsen keeping it in. Simon then redirecting that shot into the far corner. Hudson Lowe with a pass towards the front of the net. He had Fisher there, couldn't quite get it to him. Cooper Green keeps it in and lets a shot go. Half slap shot from the midpoint, brought down by the glove of Goodyear yet again. And we'll have another draw coming up in the Niagara County zone with 8:01 to go in the second.
Yeah, and it looks like Colgate, after Niagara had a bit of a run where they were possessing the puck in the Colgate zone, the Raiders are now starting to tilt the ice back into the offensive zone and starting to move that puck around. They can be dangerous. We keep saying it. So Niagara, they're matching. They're getting Carl out there for defensive purposes. But they got to start focusing on some offense as well.
A bit of juggling lines here from Niagara County. This was a little bit different of a looking group yesterday. It was Simon with Nuttall and Carl. Now it is Cirillo out there with Carl and Nuttall here on the defensive side as they square off against this top line from Colgate. Thunderwolves get it into the offensive zone, but Colgate taking it away. This one won't go for icing as Pine retreats into the far corner. Up to Cirillo, but that's a pass that's off the mark. And now the Colgate offense looks to quickly counter as a loose puck now sitting free, and Colgate's going to get another opportunity in the offensive zone. Don't want to give this group an extra amount of time in the offensive zone. Make them work for it. Niagara County eventually getting control, but they can't get it out of the zone again. Really good play on a bouncing puck by Cooper Green. Hauls a man down, though. He was lucky he didn't get called for a penalty there in the offensive zone. Shot comes in on net. Goodyear makes another save. As we get another change here coming on the back end for Niagara County. 7-1-6 now remaining in the period.
Yeah, both teams making some changes right here, and that was a great shift for the Red Raiders. They did a lot of good things. Actually, no, the Red Raiders are going to keep the top forward line out there. They're just going to change their defense core.
So it's going to be Mahoney on for the draw against Miller.
That's a great matchup, Mahoney versus Miller. The game within the game is Mahoney again trying that set face-off play.
Clearly seeing something he likes there. That's at least the second time in this game he's made that work. Amaya with the one-time shot as Goodyear makes the save. Mahoney setting that one up. Back to the point. Bisdell can't get it through. Now it comes loose. This might be a breakaway for Simon. Simon in alone takes the shot. Blocker save made by Pearlson. The rebound sits right in front of him, and he covers it up for a whistle. That was the huge save that the Colgate team needed from their netminder.
Yeah, and a great rush there by Nick Simon again. The defensive ace does the work in his own end, gets the puck ahead, then tracks it down, goes for the shot far side, blocker save by Pearlson, and then he has the wherewithal to track the puck on its way down and pounce on it as there was a rebound and there were some Thunderwolves crashing to try and bang it home. Big save there by the Colgate netminder.
Face off in the far dot of the Colgate zone as Niagara County finishing up their change. It's going to be Hess and Lyon on for the face-off in the far circle. Puck comes to the far boards. Tussle for it between two players from each side. Eventually comes free to Samuels. Samuels to Parginoni, quickly into the neutral zone. Kadeen almost gets that one free. Almost got it around Kaiser as well. Then ends up taking a big hit against the far wall. Trent Kadeen didn't play yesterday, but he's taken enough hits in this game to make it feel like 3 different games.
Yeah, he's looking for a hit right here.
Geyer avoiding that check and dumping it into the offensive zone.
Did he avoid it? He still went to the boards pretty hard there.
He basically made it his own hit. Good block there as Parginoni goes to one knee to keep Williams' shot from getting in on goal. Chase Schmidl, though, finds a loose puck in the far corner. Pass to Geyer. Back in front. Can't find Hess with it. Geyer now in the far corner. Down below the goal line. Hess trying to move it along, but a good defensive play by Bush, and now Colgate with an opportunity to leave the zone. Puck just goes hard up the near side. Now a race for the hash marks, and it's going to be Noah Williams winning that race. That one's going to go for icing. And the change that Colgate was attempting to make at the far blue line, at the far bench there, not going to be allowed to make. Kadeen plays it off like he was just going for a sip of water.
I love that attitude from him. He trying to be sneaky, getting off the ice. I don't hate the idea, but yeah, the refs caught him red-handed, or green-handed if you want it, and he's going to have to stay out there. I don't know if they're too tired, but it's definitely in the favor of the Thunderwolves here with 5:57 to go in the second to keep this line out there.
Miller and Lyon on for the draw in the near circle of the Colgate zone. Colgate winning the faceoff, and Bush plays it around behind the net but can't get it out of the zone. Good play by Aaron Como. Como's pass towards the front of the net almost gets to Miller. Bush making a second good defensive play, allowing his team to leave the zone. Parginoni up against the near boards with a man on him. Feels that pressure and gets it down low to Samuels. Samuels takes a hit, and that forces the puck to come free to Dvorak, but he can't find Cirillo with it. And now Cooper Green at the far point gets it to Amaya in the circle. Amaya to Samuels, turnaround shot, stick save made by Goodyear. The puck goes up and out of play. We get another stoppage, another faceoff coming up in the Niagara County Community College zone. 5:24 remaining in the period. As our broadcast today brought to you by the Battaglia Marciano Agency, an independent agent for auto, homeowners, business, and life insurance. The Battaglia Marciano Agency providing peace of mind for Western New Yorkers for over 35 years. Still 1-0 our score here from the North Buffalo Rink. That was exactly the same way as it was early on in first period play. The first goal coming a little bit more than 4 minutes into the action. It's been 1-0 since then, though, as the two teams continue to trade punches. Fadel in the neutral zone. Spins off a one check and gets it off to Amaya. Slap shot then taken from the far side by Mahoney. That one doesn't get on net. Actually ends up hitting the division between the boards and the glass and then goes out of play. 5:07 now remaining in the period. Face-off coming from the far dot again.
And again, we're getting into that lull period, but the offense is mostly getting tilted into the Thunderwolves zone, and that's exactly how Colgate wants it, trying to protect this lead and also trying to add to it.
Scrambled face-off. Teddy Swike finds control of it as he's got some room to just skate it up the left wing. Realizes that that's his best option, gets it deep in the corner, but he's got the very able defenseman Cooper Green meeting him back there, and Colgate quickly exits the zone. Loose puck at the center ice logo. Cirillo now carries it across the blue line. Harmless shot from distance right into the glove of Pearlson. Pearlson hangs on for another whistle. 4:44 to go in second period play.
Offensive zone face-off coming up for the Thunderwolves here, and they're going to do a little line matching as they're going to send Simon, Carl, and Nuttall back out there. And they're line matching with their defensive aces on this top Colgate line again.
Seeing a variety of different combinations with these forward lines, but you're seeing a lot of either Nuttall and Simon, also a lot of Miller out there in some of these defensive situations against this top Colgate line. Good play there to create a loose puck. Now Simon into the offensive zone, makes the move around Green, gets it to the front of the net, kind of a juggling puck. The save is made by Pearlson. The net comes off in the process, and we'll have a face-off coming up in the Colgate zone, but really good individual effort there by Nick Simon, getting around a really skilled defenseman. I didn't think he'd have an opportunity to get a shot away, but he still managed to get one out of midair.
No, that's the closest thing Green has made to a mistake all games here. It wasn't even a mistake, just more of a great play by Simon as Colgate's making some changes here, and Niagara again putting the pedal to the metal. This might be the line to lean on here, Aaron. They're the ones creating the chances and making everything.
Yeah, Colgate was immediately told they weren't allowed to make a change because of the net coming off. They still tried to sneak it in at the end, though. Eventually made sure that that didn't happen. They create a loose puck with the line that had to stay out here, though. Amaya getting that puck free from Como, but the two do battle there in the middle ice, center ice area. Amaya to Mahoney, back to Amaya, takes the shot, 5-hole, and he scores. Nick Amaya had 3 yesterday. He's got 1 today, and he gives it the exclamation point with the celebration as Colgate now up 2-0.
Yeah, that is a huge goal for Colgate, and looks like they weren't punished at all for not being able to make the change. Aaron Como does a great job pinching, but Colgate gets the puck over him. They go 1-on-2. They have a defenseman caught back on defense, and Amaya just slides one through the wickets. A Goodyear. Not one you typically see Trevor Goodyear give up, but at the same time, you know who's shooting. You know who you're shooting on you right here. Got to protect everything, and Amaya goes for the 5-hole, and now it's a 2-0 Colgate lead.
Nick Amaya playing the last 2 seasons in the NCDC of the USPHL, very high level of junior hockey, playing for the Jersey Hitmen and Utica Junior Comets.
He put up points in that league too, Aaron.
Oh, yes.
He was effective in that league. He wasn't just a guy there. He was a big-time player in that league.
And now showing that impact here in AAU college hockey in the UNYCHL. He has been a big part about why his team not only has the date in the finals here, but the lead in the finals. Miller trying to chip away at it. Off the bar, and it doesn't go in. Miller got free to let the shot go. It looked like he put it off the post, but it came out instead of going in off the post, and it stays a 2-0 game.
Aaron, Colgate has a horseshoe stuck somewhere because the bounces continue to go their way. Luck is better than skill sometimes, and again, Miller with great work gets free. He's got elite speed, creates a chance for himself, beats the goaltender, but his best buddy comes out there and swats it out as it remains a 2-0 lead, and it just continues. They're still up against it are the Thunderwolves.
Face off in the offensive zone for the Thunderwolves, but they can't maintain control as Mancino gets it out here on the near wall. Takes a hit from Kaiser as the puck gets floated through the neutral zone. Eddie Jeter picking it up along his own blue line. Passes that one back through the neutral zone. Now Jake Ruchala trying to get that one deep. Ruchala with the second effort to make sure it gets deep, and he does get it here to the near corner. Cirillo now watching Bush. Bush sidesteps a check and gets it up to Samuels, but Williams intercepting it. Cross-ice pass right to Miller, and he scores! Williams to Miller. Miller finds the back of the net this time. Niagara County Community College with the response. It's a 2-1 game.
And that is something the Thunderwolves had to have right there. Noah Williams, the energy player, jumps on the play, causes the turnover, goes down the far side and finds Anthony Miller, who was just robbed by the bar. This time he goes inside the post and finds the back of the net. And with 3:06 to go in the second, the Thunderwolves finally break the goose egg and get on the board. Is that what it's going to take to get them rolling here, Aaron?
Certainly will provide them with a jolt of energy. 3:06 to go in the period. The Thunderwolves are on the board. Let's see what happens with this next shift.
This is the biggest shift of the game right here, Aaron.
Cole Miller getting it deep into the offensive zone for Colgate. Derek Pine sends it over to the far side. Geyer passed that one a little bit off the mark, and now Lyon has control of it. Puck comes back to the blue line, but barely across the blue line as Cole Miller tried to hold the point. Offsides call along the Niagara County blue line with 2:50 to go in the period.
And there's definitely some pep in the step of the Thunderwolves here as they're looking to get this thing tied. Under 3 minutes to go. It's gut check time. This is a big moment here for both teams. Colgate wants to get their 2-goal lead back, and Niagara would love to get this game tied heading into the third because that's where they're going to be at their best.
Parginoni in across the blue line for Colgate. Goes towards the boards to give himself a little bit more room, then back to the point to Cole Miller's shot. Taken was going wide, but Lyon got the redirection. Blocker save was made by Goodyear. I'm not sure the redirection gets on goal, but good instincts to make the stop. Derek Pine intercepting a pass, now 2-on-2 into the offensive zone. He's got Geyer with him. Shot on goal, there was a rebound there. Perlson has it sit in front of him, doesn't cover it up. Second chance opportunity, doesn't get on goal in the first chance. Still a scrambly looking play in front of the netminder. Perlson eventually goes to the corner. That was wild. Parginoni tries to skate it in front of the net. Dangerous area to put the puck. Now a 2-on-1 down low. Pass across from Hess to Williams, but it doesn't get there. Yeah, Parginoni diving to make that play defensively. Williams finds a loose puck, lets the shot go from just inside the dot. Good save by Perlson, as after getting the goal, the Thunderwolves have found a lot of life here in the second period.
Yeah, they definitely have a shot of energy right here, and they're going to get a change, and they're going to get some. They're going to get the, They're going to get the line they've been leaning on, and that's going to be Carl, Nuttall, and Simon, and then Kazor and Como, who's been the engines here. These guys have done it all today. Let's see if they can make the play to get this thing tied with 1:53 to go in the second.
Faceoff comes back to the near boards and then flipped through the neutral zone. Mahoney might have a 2-on-1. Takes the shot himself. Goodyear makes the stop. That's a big save there for the netminder for Niagara County on a very dangerous shooter who was looking to pick a spot on him.
Yeah, Goodyear again, the all reliable, called upon to make another big save on a dangerous forward, and Michael Mahoney got a lot on that shot, but Goodyear just swallows it. No rebound as we're going to get a defensive zone faceoff as now the big line for Colgate's back on the ice.
Trevor Goodyear, again, a big part of the story for this Niagara County team. 40 saves in yesterday's overtime win. Has to deal with a shot from Amaya, makes the stick save there, but Fuchsen keeps it in at the point. Cross to Green, over to Mahoney, tries to get it over to Amaya as they love to change directions, do the Raiders. Love to get the defense moving from side to side. Shot from Green into the mitt of Goodyear, and he holds on for another whistle. As late in the period, it now looks like Colgate is trying to get their answer.
Yeah, and these are the guys to do it. That's I'm going to call it an answer line, as they can pretty much sway the momentum anytime they feel like it. And yes, Drew Harris is line matching as the home team. He's now going to send the energy line that got them a goal out there to try and counter this. I mean, look at the respect this top line commands. It's warranted, but any means necessary to slow them down.
Back to the point to Green, across to Fuchsen, one-time shot. Great block as Eddie Jetter, the captain, gets in the way of that shot. Sacrifices the body to make the stop for his netminder. Shot in on goal from the neutral zone. Now Williams flipping it through the neutral zone. Almost got that one up to Miller. Miller caught it with the glove, played it down to himself, but the Colgate defenseman Green kept him from getting it. Delayed offsides play, and that allows Pine to start it up ice to Jetter. Jetter across the blue line, now putting pressure on Green in the near corner. Second Colgate player comes over to help out, but it almost lost it right in front of the net. Fuchsen dangerously skating that one in front of his netminder with Miller right on him.
That's a confident player right there.
There's another confident player as Mahoney goes inside-outside on the defenseman. Can't get the shot on goal, but Amaya and Fuchsen still setting it up here in the offensive zone. Shot towards the net, intercepted by Williams, and now he skates it up ice. Just goes ahead and dumps it in as 25 seconds now remaining on the clock. Shot from Miller off the mask of the netminder, then cross ice to Cirillo. He buries it to tie the game with 20 seconds to go in the second.
There's your response, Aaron. Like we said, the big line. And Noah Williams leading the charge again. Cirillo just like his goal yesterday, a perfect pass to the far dot, and he absolutely smokes that thing onto the bar, and the Thunderwolves have come all the way back with 20 seconds to go to get this thing tied. They are huge when you get them in the final 30 seconds, and all the momentum is for the Thunderwolves now.
Gavin Cirillo scored his 8th in the win yesterday. That is his 9th of the season, and a huge goal for the Thunderwolves as it makes it a 2-2 hockey game late in the second period.
Got everything you could have possibly asked for in this game, Aaron. We got a period to go and 20 seconds.
Lyon playing it forward as he tries to get one last opportunity for the Raiders. Bounces it towards the net, right into the glove of Goodyear. He holds on for another whistle. 15.5 seconds remaining in the period.
This is massive, more so for Niagara, because you definitely cannot give that goal back right now. Colgate, though, they got Samuel in a shooting stance as well, so this is a big play here.
Big face-off win there for Niagara County. Didn't necessarily win it, but tying it up kept a clean shot from coming in on goal. Still tied up there in the near dot. Nuttall pulls it free. Now gets it out of the zone. Nice play to keep Parginoni from getting that one deep. This should be how the period will end as Bush just stick handles inside of his own blue line. But the drama is set up for third period action. It is a 2-2 hockey game through 40 minutes of play. Colgate and SUNY Niagara. Stay tuned as the drama is now, the stage is set. This is exactly what you would have to hope for in a championship game.
Couldn't ask for anything better. A tie game going in to the third period. Both goaltenders are playing outstanding. There's been big hits, and we got some big-time goals as well. It's been everything you could have asked for. We got high drama coming into the final frame of regulation, Aaron.
Shots on goal in the second period, 19-15 in favor of Colgate. They have a 31-26 edge overall. But the two goals there in second period play going to officially Noah Williams and Gavin Cirillo have drawn the Thunderwolves even 2-2 heading into the third period. We're going to step away for the second intermission, but join us in a little less than 12 minutes as we have third period action coming up on the Nickel City Hockey Network.
Bridges have connected people for centuries. When it comes to helping small businesses build bridges with the people they serve, there's a new gold standard. 412 Communications offers a uniquely comprehensive array of media solutions to help your brand establish and maintain strong, lasting connections with your clientele.
People ask, what is Buffalo Golf and Social? Buffalo Golf and Social is anything you want it to be. It can be the best instruction. It can be a vibe. It can be a hangout with your friends, running a simulator for 4 hours, playing your own playlist, and putting a game up on the TV. We are about everything and anything pertaining to golf. And most importantly, we are trying to build a community of players and a community of people who love and are dedicated to the game.
And welcome back to the North Buffalo Ice Rink as we get set for third period play in the UNYCHL Division II Championship game. It is a 2-2 tie through 40 minutes of play. Niagara County Community College getting 2 late second period goals to tie things up with Colgate, and it is 2-2 to start period number 3. Hello, my name is Aaron Elpern alongside Sean McHugh in the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. The Thunderwolves charging back late in the second period to draw even, Sean.
And all that guarantees us is the exact drama you could have hoped and prayed for in a championship game. Niagara's been here before. They lost this spot last season. They've won it twice before. They're familiar here. Colgate, they're new to this, but they have shown that they belong here. So we have two teams that have proven they deserve to be here. They belong here. It's a shame somebody's got to lose this game, but that's the way it goes. So we have a period, maybe more, to see who is going to take home the UNYCHL Division II Championship.
And this has been a great game, all that we can hope for in a championship matchup. Both teams playing at high levels today, and it's going to take some great hockey here in the third period for either side to come away with the victory. We're ready to go for third period action. 20 minutes to find a champion in Division II. Puck is down. Thunderwolves finding control. Charlie Nuttall dumping it into the offensive zone. Cooper Green back for it, and he gets to it before Kevin Carl. Now up to Amaya. Amaya's got some room to work with. Gets the pass up ice. No icing on that play. Apparently Mahoney got just enough of a redirection on it. Hit from Simon. Doesn't connect there, and the pass comes across. Right into the slot for Amaya, and he puts it into the top corner of the net. Early in the third, Colgate breaks the tie, and it is Nick Amaya with his second of the game, his fifth of the weekend. 3-2 Colgate.
Yeah, Nick Amaya, that's the absolutely perfect start. Best thing you could possibly ask for 20 seconds in. First opportunity, and Amaya just rips one over the glove of Goodyear. And just like that, Colgate gets their lead back, almost like they never lost it.
You knew that this top line would make their presence known here in the third period. It just takes 20 seconds in the frame, and Nick Amaya picks up the goal, putting it in an absolute perfect spot in the top corner of the net. Colgate now looking to add to it. Puck played through the neutral zone. Nobody there to accept the pass, and it will go for icing against Niagara County. Colgate getting an offensive zone draw after taking the lead, and momentum certainly on the side of the Raiders.
Yeah, Colgate just comes out and lands a haymaker to start the period. And now they're getting an offensive zone faceoff, so Niagara, they got some momentum. Now they have to go back to making sure that they do not let this Colgate top line start moving around and feeling good.
Cross-ice pass to a man on the back door. Fadel is one of those players you can't give that much space to, just like Amaya, as Amaya was given the amount of room that he needed to get the shot away there in the first 20 seconds of the period. And that's the type of defensive zone coverage that is going to be required to be better by Niagara County. And now they take a penalty in the offensive zone as Cirillo slashes the stick out of the hands of the Colgate defenseman. And it's going to be a minor penalty coming up against the Thunderwolves. About the worst way the first minute could go for the Thunderwolves here. They give up a goal in the first 20 seconds, and then basically 20 seconds later, they take a penalty.
Yeah, that's been basically not a great start, to say the very least, for Niagara. Now they got to kill a penalty, like you said. This is huge early. This is not how Niagara drew it up coming out of the intermission. Now they have to slow down this high-powered offense that got a big chunk of their momentum back.
And that top line stays out here for this power play, joined by Lyon and Cooper Green on the defensive side of things. So certainly with this power play opportunity, after taking the lead, Colgate seeing an opportunity to go for the throat. Nuttall, though, making a good play defensively as he takes that puck away. Derek Pine, though, doesn't have a stick, and that ends up effectively creating a 5-on-3. Pass doesn't connect, though. Cooper Green gets to it here in the corner. Pine retrieving his stick. Green across to Fadel, and now back to Amaya, but that pass off the mark still kept going here by Colgate as they keep control. Amaya takes a hit, and that forces a loose puck, but Nuttall can't get it out of the zone. Fadel on the far side, cross-ice pass. He had Amaya in front, just couldn't get the redirection to come together there. Would have been a nice look there in front of the goaltender Goodyear. Again, the Thunderwolves can't clear the zone, and Amaya has it on the far wall. Slowly carrying it down low and looking for an option. One-hand pass to Mahoney. Now back to Amaya. Maya with a man on him, though, as Nuttall drives him to the boards. See if he can force a loose puck. Unable to, as Amaya almost got that one into the slot. Eventually, Nuttall takes it away and sends it the length of the ice. 40 seconds now remaining in the penalty kill.
So far, so good for the Thunderwolves. They got to focus on business right now and get this penalty killed. They've done a great job of that so far. Let's see if they can finish that, as this line is just going to get the entire power play, it looks like, for Colgate.
Basically the first 2.5 minutes of the period. Clearing attempt goes up and out of play, so still 22 seconds left on the power play.
I mean, I'd lean on this line, too, if I had 3 players like this. I'd play them until they drop. So, yeah, if you're going to lean heavily on a top line, these are the guys to do it. And now it's not like they're lacking talent coming over the boards now.
Yeah, you get the line of Lowe, Parginoni, and Samuels, equally dangerous in their rights as they win the faceoff here in the offensive zone. Back to the point to Bush. Good play, but keep it in. Connerty now looking for a shot. Had a little bit of a screen to let it go through. Clint Goodyear got a pretty good look at that one, though. Makes the glove save and holds on. Now 15 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. Is our broadcast today brought to you by 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. Help them get your voice above the fray. Visit 412communications.com today. Back to the point. Bush's shot doesn't get through. Now Swike is going to have a chance to carry it up ice. 1-on-3, though, as he finds some late help coming in the form of Eddie Jeter. Jeter almost gets around the defenseman. Bush eventually, though, forced him off that puck. Thunderwolves penalty expires as it is dumped into the offensive zone by the T-Wolves. Low to Parginoni on the far side. Parginoni avoids that check but can't get it deep as Josh Kaiser has control now. Kaiser up to Jeter. Jeter now quickly up ice to Miller. Tries to step around the defenseman. Another play. Ryan Bush having a very good shift here on the back end for Colgate. Swike keeping it in for his side, and he gets it to a teammate. Jeter letting a shot go. Looked like a shoulder save was made by Perlson. Not an easy stop to make there, but his team obviously going to be happy that he did make that stop. Some of the players on the bench might not be too happy right now with that puck coming caroming in towards head high in the Colgate bench.
Yeah, got Lyon right in the face mask.
He took a big hit in the second period and was slow to get back to his skates and back to the bench after that one. So a couple of players here from Colgate having to sacrifice the body in this championship game, but that's what you're supposed to do in games when everything's on the line.
Hey, they're winning, so they're doing something right. I wouldn't change a thing if I were Colgate right now.
Colgate wins the draw right at center ice, and they get the top line back out there again, certainly leaning on them a lot here in these first 4 minutes. Big collision along the blue line as that was Simon.
They called it. They got Kadeen, I think.
Simon and Kadeen ran into each other, and it looked like just 2 players coming together.
Noah Williams has to get out of there. He cannot start mouthing off and take a penalty right here.
So Kadeen is ruled to have crossed the line here as a roughing call is being issued to number 10. Clearly not agreeing with the call, but it's a big chance now in the power play for the Thunderwolves as they gave up a goal here in the first 20 seconds of the third period. Now they have a chance to get it back with a man advantage.
And Niagara gets the advantage, and Kadeen, not going to say I agree with him, but he's taken a hit or two here today, so I can see why he's arguing, but you really can't do much with it now. Your team's got to kill a penalty.
Face off to the right of Perlson. And it's going to be Williams and Fadel on for the draw. Williams winning the draw cleanly. Back to Pine. He feeds it down low where Nuttall's waiting behind the net. Can't handle that pass, though, cleanly with Fuchsen on him. Fuchsen gets the clear, helped by Mahoney to get it the full length of the ice. Pine to Como as the Thunderwolves start back towards the offensive zone. Como across the blue line has to recollect the puck as he's got Cooper Green on him. Good work to make sure it got low. Williams trying to get that one to Swike. Comes back to the point to Como. Shot through traffic, kind of a bouncing puck as Como didn't get a whole lot on that one. Nuttall, though, has it in the far corner. Interesting unit out here for this power play. This is 4 defensemen out here for Niagara County. Shot from Como goes wide. Pine over there to the far side to keep the puck in. Clearing attempt, but that one finds Williams as he makes sure it gets fed back down low. Nuttall tries to get it to Williams in front of the net, but it is right onto the stick of Como on that clearing attempt. Shot is blocked, though, as the shot block ends up coming out of the zone, and Colgate kills off a little bit more time on this penalty. 1:01 remaining on the PK. Pine skates it down low. Fuchs in on him as the two of them get tied up. The puck comes free. Williams lets the shot go from the point that hit a body on the way through, ended up going wide of Perlson. Fuchsen eventually finds a loose puck and sends it the length of the ice. Goodyear coming out of his net to start it up ice for the Thunderwolves. Up to Miller, but he couldn't quite handle that pass with 35 seconds to go in the power play. Puck just inside the Niagara County blue line as Como gets it up to Jeter. 25 seconds to go in the man advantage as Carl carries it deep into the far corner. Gets a pass in front. He had Miller there. Redirected with the backhand, but just barely missing the near post. Clear by Parginoni. He gets that one the length of the ice. Now only 10 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Parginoni deep, putting some pressure on Goodyear. Thunderwolves break the pressure, and now Como has all sorts of room up the far side. Como cutting towards the slot. Backhander in on goal, saved by Perlson. Always a smart move to test a goaltender with a backhand. Those are always tough to read. Then the shot comes in from the point, redirected by Jeter, but slowly towards Perlson. He's able to reposition himself and make the stop. Game stays 3-2 as Colgate kills off the penalty.
Yeah, Colgate doing a great job killing that penalty, and also great work by the Thunderwolves. They got some opportunities. They tested the goaltender. Perlson, though, one of the best in the league, up to the challenge there. But looks like the Thunderwolves have settled down a little bit after getting hit in the mouth early. Let's see if they can now get some momentum and shift things their way.
Chase Schmidl tries to get that one down low. Good play by Alex Fuchsen to make sure that that didn't happen, and Colgate manages to successfully leave the zone as we're under 14 minutes to go in regulation. Lyon across the NCCC blue line to Fisher, and then the shot taken from the far side. Goodyear scrambling to get back into position, just kind of threw the right arm up there. Fortunate for him that that shot was going wide. Kaiser behind his own net. Up to Geyer here on the near side. Got a little bit of room to work with, but just banks it off the boards, and now Cooper Green takes it away. Green to Fisher through the legs of the defender here in the neutral zone. Now across the ice to Fuchsen, and he carries it into the offensive zone. Fuchsen on his backhand below the goal line, tries to get a pass out in front to Lyon, but can't connect. Fuchsen still with control of the puck here along the near wall. 2 Thunderwolves take him to the ice, though. Kaiser gives him a second bump to get that puck free, and now a conglomeration of bodies against the near wall. Finally, Fuchsen gets that out of there. He had a man driving towards the front, just couldn't quite get that pass away. Hess in the other direction. Shot off the skate of Cooper Green, and it goes wide. Fuchsen now starting back up ice for the Colgate Raiders. Fuchsen to Amaya. Amaya back to Fuchsen. He's got a man in front, just can't find Fisher on that far side. Williams tries to feed it up the far wall, but it ends up hitting the linesman, then coming back across the blue line. That same linesman calls offsides as he's trying to keep from falling into the Niagara County bench. Faceoff will be right in front of the aforementioned Niagara County Community College bench with 12:45 to go in the period. As our broadcast today and all UNYCHL broadcasts are brought to you by Envious Gameware, designers of custom hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Visit EnviousGameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of. Puck goes up and out of play after the neutral zone faceoff, and I think we'll go right back to the center ice logo, the Buffalo Bisons logo here at the North Buffalo Rink. And the next draw coming up, 12:42 remaining in regulation.
Yep, and this is an interesting frame of the game as we're approaching the halfway point here of the third period. Colgate want to try and maybe get some space here. Obviously, the Thunderwolves trying to get this game tied. High drama here, just what we're looking for.
Mahoney forces a loose puck quickly into the offensive zone, tries to go around Williams. Good play by the skate, but Amaya letting a shot go through. Cirillo getting the block, keeping that one from getting to his netminder. Jeter finds a loose puck along the Niagara County blue line. Long pass through the neutral zone. No one there except for Ryan Bush. Bush, though, has his pass almost intercepted by Williams as Fadel takes this one away. Miller trying to take that one off of Fadel on the far blue line. It's going to be Williams taking it back up ice, but his pass hits a skate, and that allows Colgate to get it back into the offensive zone for a moment. Now Jeter up to Miller. Pine has to retreat back to his blue line as we're under 12 minutes to play in regulation. Puck back through the neutral zone as a lot of center ice play here for the last minute or so. Pine eventually gets it into the offensive zone, but can't get it more than a stride or two across the blue line before Colgate takes it back. Kadeen now hunting this pass down in the corner. Gets it to Amaya, who takes a quick shot, but it was Williams blocking that one before it gets through. Williams suffering the effects of that one, but he has to play some defense as Kadeen hits the post, being tied up by Pine. Kadeen had a lot of net to shoot at, but he hits the post square.
Gonna remember that if the Thunderwolves get this game tied, and Goodyear making another save on the shooting gallery.
Bush's shot from the far point off the pad of Goodyear. Thunderwolves clear the zone, but this top line from Colgate still out there putting the pressure on the Thunderwolves. Good defensive play as that was Eddie Jeter making the poke check and then moving the puck up ice. Thunderwolves making some changes as Cooper Green goes D to D. And now Connerty looking for an option up the near boards. Carl takes that one away from Lyon as the two teams try to find possession right below our broadcast position. Nuttall's the one that comes away with the puck, makes a move around the defender, and then rings it off the crossbar. Charlie Nuttall with a great move to get free of the able defenseman Cooper Green. He let a great shot go, but it found the top part of the crossbar and went out of play, as opposed to the bottom part of the crossbar and in. So inches right there, keeping Colgate out in front 3-2.
That is the third time the goaltender Perlson's best buddy has come to his rescue, as again, Nuttall, great play to cause the turnover. Nice move on the defenseman Green, then rips a hard shot. Does not solve the bar. Oh, this could be trouble here.
Lyon up to Samuels. 3-on-3 across the blue line, but Paraginoni entering the zone a little too quickly. Offsides call, 10:33 now remaining in regulation. As our broadcast today being brought to you by the Battaglia Marciano Agency, an independent agent for auto, homeowners, business, and life insurance. The Battaglia Marciano Agency has been providing peace of mind for Western New Yorkers for over 35 years. Aaron Como just inside of his blue line. Long pass to Nuttall on the far side, right in front of the Colgate bench. Just has to knock it down out of midair, and that allows Colgate to move it back through center ice. Como looking to counter. Gets it to Carl, and he makes sure that one gets deep as we approach the 10-minute mark of the period. Puck comes up the far side, takes a little bit of a funky bounce, but Colgate still manages to clear the zone. Thunderwolves looking to counter quickly. Very similar looking play to their overtime game winner. Nuttall in this case trying to get it to Simon, but a good defensive play keeping that from coming together. Como's shot from distance, tried to set up Green for the screen shot, but it was a fairly routine glove save by Perlson. Hangs on for a whistle as we are under 10 minutes to play in the third.
And again, Niagara County looking to tilt the ice in the direction of the Colgate defensive zone. Shooting from all angles right here, trying to play percentages as well as strategy. Just trying to get that one behind Perlson, then they can focus on getting the next one.
It's going to be Hess and Lowe on for this faceoff to the right of Perlson. Niagara County winning the draw. Geyer shot on goal. Blocker save made by Perlson. Swike firing the shot from the left point. That one misses the net wide, but Kaiser keeping it in as he steps in from his right point position. Colgate switches sides as they try to get it out, but Teddy Swike keeping it in. Tried to get that redirection shot from Geyer, just barely missing Geyer's stick. Kadeen making sure that one leaves the zone, and now Fisher skating it into the Niagara County end. Has to regroup in the neutral zone, but he finally does get it across the line, and then Bissell with an opportunity. Hard shot from the mid-slot, pad save made by Trevor Goodyear.
Big save by Goodyear. That's one they had to have. You can't give up. You can't give one up here now if you're Niagara County.
Fisher across the blue line has a little bit of space, but the defense converging on him. Good back check from Chase Schmidl. Still Colgate has it deep in the zone. Fisher in the corner. Back to the point. Fuchsen catching it on the backhand. Now cross ice. And then back over to the near side to Amaya. Finds a man in the slot. Good play by Kaiser to make sure that Hudson Lowe couldn't get that shot away. 8:50 remaining in regulation. As Hess gets this one up to Geyer. Geyer looking for somebody in the neutral zone, but nobody there, and that one's going to go for icing against the Thunderwolves.
And now the Thunderwolves have to go 200 feet again as, right away, they're getting the top line right back. They're keeping the top line out there, and they're just going to keep them. And yes, there's a timeout called so Drew Harris can get things sorted out for the Thunderwolves.
Not only get things sorted out, but because of the rules in AAU college hockey, NCCC is going to be able to make a change on this one. So let's see the five that come out here for this next faceoff for Niagara County Community College. Colgate, I would imagine, will keep that top line out there as they already got their team the one goal here in this period, giving them the 3-2 lead. Amaya's goal coming 20 seconds into the period, as our broadcast today is made possible by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility, simulators, lessons, and leagues. Buffalo Golf and Social is the area's best destination for year-round practice and instruction. Locations downtown and in Orchard Park. Book your next event at Buffalo Golf and Social.
Well, Thunderwolves have their guys out there, as it is going to be Cirillo, Jeter, Williams, Pine, and
Miller on the draw.
And it's going to be the big line for Colgate coming off a fresh breath, as they got Connerty and they got Bush on the back end. So yeah, some Titans lining up for this faceoff.
Mahoney and Miller for the draw in that far dot to the right of Trevor Goodyear. And it's going to be Mahoney winning it cleanly back to Connerty. Has a little bit of pressure on him, but still gets it to Amaya. Amaya avoids that check behind the net. And now Mahoney back to Bush. His shot through traffic. That one misses the net wide on the near side. Kept in almost there by Mahoney, but now a quick pass up ice. Miller has a chance to let a shot go. The save is made. The rebound there. Perlson didn't have a clue where that puck was, and his defenseman pick him up by getting that puck out of danger.
Gavin Cirillo was flying in there. He was going to blow that thing through the back of the net and into the Zamboni door if he got a stick on that.
Amaya accepting the pass here at center ice. Two players squeeze him off there now, and Jeter carries it up ice. He's got Miller with him, but it's a 2-on-3 for the Thunderwolves. Jeter spinning around Connerty, gets it towards the front of the net, almost gets a fortunate bounce off of Bush. Ryan Bush, though, collecting that loose puck and getting the puck out. Pine and Williams. Williams surveying his options. Gets it up that far wall. Nobody getting a touch on that one, though, and that one's going to go for icing.
Not what you're looking for if you're the Thunderwolves right here, is now you got to deal with a defensive zone faceoff, and now the clock, I mean, it's definitely not panic time yet, but you start to look up, and now the seconds become more and more valuable, so you got to get the puck down into the Colgate zone and start shooting because you got to solve it a stud net to try and get this thing tied.
7:40 to play in regulation. Face-off to the left of Trevor Goodyear, Miller and Lowe. Bit of a false start on the draw. Finally, the puck is down as Gavin Cirillo finds that loose change and carries it up ice. Gets it just across the red line, then dumps it in. He now putting some pressure on the defenseman. Fuchsen drops that one off and gets it to Green. Now Green has plenty of room to work the breakout up the near side. Floats that pass through the neutral zone. Excellent play by Noah Williams. If he doesn't come up with that puck, Paraginoni has a breakaway. Paraginoni dumps it in and then takes a late hit from Cirillo, and Cirillo's going to be issued a penalty for this one. 7 minutes and change remaining in regulation, and Niagara County Community College takes a penalty they can ill afford here, as they'll have to kill off a minor against Gavin Cirillo, I would believe. Interference call, as that was well after the puck was dumped in. Cirillo will sit for 2, and Colgate has a chance to get a little bit of separation here in the second half of the third period.
Yeah, this is not what you want to do if you're the Thunderwolves. This is going to put a lot of pressure on your penalty kill and your goaltender. So, got to get this kill done. It's going to be a stressful 2 minutes here as Colgate, they can really get some breathing room here late in this third period.
We talked about how Niagara County likes to play that gritty style. The way that they really start the engine for the team is to throw the body, but always an edge there that you can go across. In this case, Cirillo, a little bit too much, takes the penalty. Nuttall, though, might have an opportunity. Short-handed through a screen, goes off the post.
He's hit everything but the net. If he shoots it again, he's got to hit the middle bar. He's hit everything else, Aaron.
Puck dumped in by Colgate as they avoid a dangerous moment there on the short-handed opportunity for Niagara County. Simon finding a loose puck and sending it back to center ice. Green getting it to Mahoney. Mahoney to Kadeen, and he comes in across the blue line. Kadeen drops it to Mahoney, and he's got some space to let a shot go. Great defensive play by Nuttall, getting the stick in there at the last moment to keep that shot from getting in on goal uncontested. Cooper Green at the midpoint lets the shot go. He had a screen in front, but couldn't manage to get it towards that where that screen was. Glove save on a shot that was probably going wide by Goodyear. 6:26 to go in regulation, a minute 12 in the Cirillo penalty.
Big save there by Goodyear. Not sure if the puck was going on net or wide, but he gets a chance to slow things down, get some fresh troops out there. Colgate's going to keep the same 5 out there as we're down 48 seconds in this penalty kill. So far, so good for the Thunderwolves, but plenty more work to do.
Face-off won again by Colgate as they set it up on the perimeter. That one goes off the crossbar, I believe, or the paddle of the goaltender. I couldn't see where it hit. I just heard it as it goes up and out of play afterwards.
Well, it looks like face-off's going to stay in the defensive zone here for the Thunderwolves, but again, good cycling, good puck movement by the Red Raiders, and they're going to get your defenseman moving. So another big 66 seconds here coming up for the team in white.
And another face-off won by Colgate, allowing them to get that power play formation set up yet again. Amaya's shot from along the goal line. Pad save made by Goodyear. I think Amaya was looking for a rebound opportunity for one of his teammates. He had Fadel right in front of the goaltender. Amaya and Fuchsen along the Colgate blue line with 45 seconds to go in their power play. Fuchsen winds it up and takes a slap shot to dump it in. Comes along the near side to Cooper Green, but he has a little bit of difficulty settling that one down. Anthony Miller taking advantage and getting the clear. 33 seconds remaining in the PK. Fuchsen again starting it up ice, drops it off for Faydell. Faydell avoiding one checker, and he gets it across the blue line. Drop pass to Amaya, he cuts to get some room, lets the shot go, blocker save made by Goodyear. Amaya had a lot to shoot at there, just couldn't beat the goaltender again. 12 seconds to go in the power play. Hard shot from the far side by Green, right into the midsection of Goodyear. Holds on for another whistle, and all but the last 9 seconds of the NCCC penalty have been killed off.
Yeah, and Trevor Goodyear, he's doing what they need him to do on this penalty kill. Goaltender's got to be your best killer, and so far he's seeing everything. 9 seconds to go to mission accomplished here for the Thunderwolves, then they can get back to trying to get this thing tied.
Just like in last year's UNYCHL Playoffs, Trevor Goodyear carrying his team on his back, 40 saves in yesterday's game, and making some big stops here in this one to keep his team within one.
Great kill by Niagara Community College. They had to kill that. Not only did they kill it, they got a scoring opportunity and really didn't allow that top line to hurt them.
Parginoni, though, back into the offensive zone for Colgate. Slows down and then hits the gas to get around Kaiser, but doesn't have a passing option as Kaiser drives him into the near corner. Oh, player gets hauled down there behind the net. All of the Colgate fans and bench were looking for a penalty. None coming, though, as Andrew Parginoni trying to get an explanation for why.
I mean, Niagara's been going at him so far today. He's taking some big hits. He's drawing some penalties, and, yeah, he's definitely wondering why he didn't get a call there.
It's going to be 5-on-5, though, with 4:51 remaining in the third. Face off to the right of Goodyear. It's going to be Lyon and Hess. Colgate wins the draw. Parginoni on the far side, shot right on goal. Save made by Goodyear, and he plays it towards the blue line, but Geyer can't get to it before Kadeen does, and Colgate keeps it in. Up the far side, Schmidt will make sure that one gets out of the zone, but it's going to be Bush at center ice picking it up for Colgate, and the Raiders send it right back into NCCC territory. Goodyear out of the net to start it up to Pine. Pine with one hand tries to get it to Geyer, but a good play by Samuels to at least slow that down and force NCCC to just play it into the neutral zone, where it's just going to be sent right back in by Bush as we're approaching 4 minutes in regulation. Kaiser to Pine. Up ice, but it's out of the reach of Chase Schmidl, and that allows Samuels to take it back away for Colgate. He dumps it back into the NCCC zone, and changes now coming for Colgate as they get their top line back out there. In this case, it might be more of a defensive role, but either way, I'm sure if they're keeping the puck away from their net, that'll work. Puck comes free, almost right to Hess. Then it bounces over the stick of Schmidl, and now it's going to be Colgate clearing the zone. Maybe with some numbers, too. Faydell across the blue line, has it on the near side, drops it to Mahoney, who tries to get it across to Amaya. Got redirected, though. Ends up going into the corner, but Amaya has it. In front to Faydell. Back to the point to Cooper Green. Shot through a screen. Save made by Goodyear as he drops into the butterfly and squeezes it tight. 3:29 now left in regulation. Still the 3-2 Colgate lead. Has a touch of pushing and shoving in front of the Niagara County bench after that whistle was blown.
Yeah, and that seems, and now maybe not the chippiness, but some intensity is going to ratchet up here as we're inside 5 minutes to go. So now if Drew Harris and the Thunderwolves have been hiding anything from anybody, now's the time to bust it out.
Shot from Green goes wide. Nuttall now through the neutral zone. Has a little bit of space, but Cooper Green cuts down that space quite quickly before throwing a check on Carl behind the net. Simon keeps it in, though. Only for a moment as Mahoney makes sure it clears the zone, getting it up to Faydell. He takes a hit from Como, and they might have a little bit of space here in the offensive zone.
Oh, no, we don't.
Amaya had the puck right in front of the net and then took a huge hit from Kevin Carl right in front of the goaltender. That's what Carl needed to do to keep him from getting that golden opportunity. Under 3 minutes in regulation. Parginoni feeds it down low. Faydell along the goal line. Faydell now back to the point to Fuchsen. Accepts the pass on the backhand. Lets a forehand shot go. Doesn't have a whole lot on it. Como knocking it out of the air. Now looking to skate it up ice. 2:42 to go as Como dumps it in on goal. Perlson deflecting it to the corner. Simon and Como down low, putting some pressure on. Almost come up with not only a big hit and the puck. Actually come up with neither, and it might be some numbers here for Colgate. Amaya gets knocked down, but drops it to Parginoni. Save made by Goodyear. Loose puck towards the slot. Simon clears it out of danger, at least for a moment. Colgate, though, finds control again. Amaya around one defender. Puck just inside the goal line. Good play by Williams to knock Amaya off of it, but he has it again. Back to the point to Bush. Cross ice to Fuchsen as we approach 2 minutes to play in the period. Shot gets deflected wide off the stick of Como, but another chance in front as Lyon has the point-blank opportunity. Goodyear makes another save. Anthony Miller now getting a chance to skate it up ice.
Oh, man, that was...
An unfortunate turn of events there for NCCC as Miller makes the pass towards his player going towards the bench. He wasn't going up ice to accept a pass. He was going for a change, and the player that comes off the bench ends up touching it. So too many men on the ice against Niagara County, and essentially regulation is going to end with the Thunderwolves down a man.
That's just awful timing right there. I mean, it's hard to kill the bench. That was the most bang I've ever seen a play like that. But man, tough break for the Thunderwolves. Well, let's see if they got any more of that postseason magic and a shorthanded goal in them.
It's a 3-2 game with 1:52 remaining. Colgate taking their timeout, but they're going to get a power play here as we are in the last 2 minutes of regulation. Colgate leading by a goal and a chance essentially to put this one on ice because they'll get to spread the ice around and play a little bit of keep away with this late power play. See what sort of strategy we get from the Thunderwolves. Faceoff's going to be in Niagara County's zone, so they're not going to be able to pull Goodyear immediately. But if they get that puck up ice into the Colgate end, look to see number 39 coming out of the crease as we get towards the last minute of the action.
I mean, obviously the only thought process is shorthanded goal at this point, Aaron. So, tough situation to be in here, but 1:52 left. Let's see what happens.
Colgate getting their group for the power play out there. It is the standard power play unit, a group that will probably be able to play a lot of keep away if they want to. Fuchsen and Green on the point. Usually, actually, it's 4 forwards out for this power play.
So that face off and they didn't get it.
Fuchsen getting the pass here at the point after Mahoney wins another face-off. It seems to have been about 90% on the weekend for his face-offs. Niagara looking to get the clear, though, almost doing so with Teddy Swike doing some work on the near boards. Can't get it away from Amaya, though. Amaya back to Green, 1:33 in the period.
Oh, and he got lucky there.
Mahoney to the middle of the ice. Amaya with a chance. Great save by Goodyear as he came all the way out, almost within feet of the shooter to cut off the angle. Fuchsen back to his own zone as time still ticking away here against NCCC.
You got to send two at him here. You don't have a choice. You got to take the chance.
1:12 to go in regulation, but it's the power play still moving, still with possession of the puck. Amaya one-on-one now. Goes around the defenseman, or at least tries to. Kaiser throws the shoulder into him, forces him off the puck. Great play by the defenseman from Niagara County.
Yeah, but you got to get the puck now. You have to get the puck. You can't let him do this.
Cooper Green with some just light pressure from Miller.
Get after him.
Green avoids that pressure and then circles back behind his net. 45 seconds and counting.
It's too easy right now for Colgate.
Green takes the short pass, getting it to Fuchs, and that one gets knocked off stride, though. Jeter now with control of the puck. Let's see if they get Goodyear out of the net. Jeter dumping it in. Goodyear halfway towards the bench, stopping there at the hash marks. Meanwhile, Teddy Swike tries to get the puck free, but he can't. And now Amaya up ice to Mahoney, 2-on-1. Mahoney to Fadel, and he takes the one-timer through the 5-hole into the back of the net, and that one's going to put it on ice. Now 4-2 Colgate, just under 19 seconds left to play.
That was a beautiful execution there by Colgate as they waited and they waited, snapped the pass, got the breakout, another unselfish play, and then Fadel finishes with the beautiful shot right through the wickets of Goodyear, who's been outstanding. And another great season for Niagara County is going to come to an end in the championship after a great effort as Colgate took advantage of a mistake, and that's what does it in the playoffs.
And the Colgate bench is full of life as they are celebrating 19 seconds away from a championship in the UNYCHL Division II. The champions of the Central Division appear ready to take away the overall crown. Last 10 seconds ticking away now as Colgate with control of the puck in their own zone. And Fadel's just going to carry it now to try to kill things off.
Well, we can take our questions about the strength of schedule because Colgate answered all of them, and they are the champions.
The Colgate Raiders celebrating a championship They are the UNYCHL Division II champions for 23-24, and the Raiders get a chance to celebrate on the ice as they'll take a trophy back home.
Great performance from the Raiders. They come in here, again, they were an unknown to most of us, as we think they might have a tough task. Their toughest task was supposed to be Fredonia. Didn't look all that tough at all today. Definitely a much more difficult opponent, much better effort from their opponent today, as Niagara gave them everything they could handle, but it's Colgate coming out on top, and they're taking home the UNYCHL Division II championship.
Take a moment here with the Colgate Raiders to enjoy the moment as they get ready for the center ice handshake line. Good to see the sportsmanship intact after an intense finals. The championship game has been decided. It is Colgate taking home the trophy, and now they get the handshake line to congratulate a well-played game. Two opponents here going at each other, and they gave us everything we could have hoped for in this championship matchup.
It was a great game from start to finish. We had a little bit of everything. Lots of physical play, great goaltending, some highlight reel goals. Got everything you wanted out of this one, and we got a 4-2 game, a close game. And Colgate proved that they not only belonged here, but they were the best team, and they're taking the trophy home with them. The bus ride home just got a lot shorter.
The Colgate Raiders are the champions of the UNYCHL Division II for 23-24. As they win today by a score of 4-2 against the Niagara County Thunderwolves. They had a convincing win yesterday over Fredonia to earn this spot here in the title game, and then a great performance here today, and they'll be heading back home with a championship, as it is the Colgate Raiders, champions of Division II. As the Raiders continue to celebrate on the ice, we are prepared to announce the tournament MVP for Division II. And no real surprise here, it's going to go to number 15, Nick Amaya. He had 3 goals and 3 assists yesterday. 2 more goals and an assist today. Not necessarily a surprise, not a hard call to give it to number 15. Nick Amaya was phenomenal throughout this tournament, and a big reason why his team's going home with the trophy.
He gets the game-winning goal, and he was noticeable everywhere, as now we're going to head down to ice level as the Commissioner John Marchese presents the Raiders with their trophy.
And now for the Colgate captains to receive the trophy. Congratulations, John.
As the Colgate Raiders celebrate their championship on the ice, team photo there to commemorate the moment. We get ready to wrap up our final broadcast of the year on the Nickel City Hockey Network. It's been a great season of hockey games. Started back in September in Lake Placid with a phenomenal tournament there, the Burning Leaves tournament, to start off our coverage this year. All the way through the UNYCHL schedule and all the way here towards early March, as we got to see 2 champions crowned today here at the North Buffalo Rink. Colgate winning the Division II championship, Mercyhurst taking home the Division III championship after it was Binghamton winning the Division I championship a week ago. Appreciate everyone in our audience sticking with us throughout the season, joining us for all of our broadcasts along the way. and want to make sure I give a deep thanks and a lot of gratitude towards the people that help make these broadcasts possible. Not only the two gentlemen on either side of me, Sean McHugh, color commentator, producer, play-by-play guy, phenomenal work all year. Thank you, Sean. Jeff Jazarowski, the best camera operator in the business, bar none.
Bar none. No arguments.
This broadcast is only as good as the camera work is. Nobody really cares what the commentators say in the end, because if the camera work isn't matching the game on the ice, viewers will tune out very quickly. Jeff Jazarowski makes sure that they are watching a professional product each and every game. Plenty more people on the staff, though, to thank. Katie Lee, Ryan Tantullo, Ronan Hoffmaster, who joined us on the call earlier on today, Brian Thompson, who also joined us for a couple of games as well.
And also, we do want to throw an honorable mention to one of our emergency fill-ins. Spike Bergen came in clutch for us at Harbor Center, and, you know, wondering to see what he can do for Nickel City Hockey Network, as he is also looking to help out the Buffalo State Club team with the social media as well. But we appreciate when he stepped up for us and saved one of our broadcasts.
It really does take a village here. Spike, Brian, everyone that made this possible. Destiny Cosner, part of the camera crew that has made sure that we're able to bring you these games as the Colgate Raiders skate over towards our broadcast booth to celebrate their victory. Thanks to all the teams that have joined us here along the network here this season. Not only the teams that we work with on a frequent basis, Buffalo State, Fredonia, the Hashix Heroes team, the Upstate New York Collegiate Hockey League, Paul Smith's College, who invited us up for the Burning Leaves tournament.
Can't thank them enough for that. That was a great experience.
Everyone who wants us to come out and cover their games. The reason why we're here is so we can continue to allow you to enhance the product, enhance what you're able to do here on the ice. And any bit that we can give to add to the enjoyment of the players that are out there on the ice means a whole lot to us. And you can tell that the Colgate guys are really enjoying this one as they try to take a moment to add us into their celebration. But just a couple more people to thank here quickly. Some of our sponsors: Buffalo Golf and Social, 412 Communications, Militello Realty, Buffalo Ophthalmology, Envious Gameware, the Battaglia Marciano Agency, Pups Styled by Jesse, to name just a few, as there are many, many more that help make our broadcast possible. Thank you so much to everybody in the audience that has joined us for our games all along the way this season. This is how the broadcast season will come to a close, though, for us here at the Nickel City Hockey Network. Getting to watch the Colgate Raiders celebrate a victory. 4-2 is the final score as the Colgate Raiders head back home with a championship in the UNYCHL Division II. And that's going to wrap up our broadcast here from the North Buffalo Rink. For color commentator Sean McHugh, camera operator Jeff Jazarowski, my name is Aaron Elpern. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk to you next year on the Nickel City Hockey Network.